Okay, happy Easter, everybody. Welcome to the program. It is Easter Sunday, so he is risen. He is risen indeed. I'm your host of the program here, Rachel's Ghost 2. I guess we're calling it Ghost 2. And I have a few channels over the years. Every now and then I get angry or something will happen, and I'll kill the channel. Let's make this. Let's bring it out. Let's bring it out. All right, everybody. What's going on, baby?
Let me just fix.
Producer, camera angling, getting a little hint of both speakers in there with the full sure experience. Anyway, Halloween Rock is here with Ramoga, our first two guests of the day. Okay, here we go. Let's find out what's going out. Turns out I think I'm like 2 hours ahead down here in Alabama. Bama. Sweet Home, Alabama. Leonard Skinner. It's about to be 9 a.m. here. Well, it's about to be 7 o'clock here on the West Coast. Then I'll be off to church again. Well, no better time to go to church than on Easter Sunday. And arguably an even more important date. I mean, obviously, without Christmas, without the arrival of the Messiah, God with us, Emmanuel, there would be no hope of redemption. But it's the sacrifice of Christ on the cross, his death on the cross, his burial, and subsequent glorious resurrection that we live in hope for eternal joy and cohabitation with God. We have other reasons to be thankful today. The biggest thing is obviously Easter, but the American pilot, boy, oh boy, I was watching that story on the X platform. I was stressed out. I woke up early on, let's see, well, it's Sunday, so it would have been early Saturday morning, like 2:30 sort of thing. I woke up and I was just thinking about this guy trapped behind enemy lines and, what would happen in the, horrific circumstance if the state got a hold of this pilot. Apparently, his weapons stores officer, the WSO. Anyway, in a really, truly heroic circumstance, they rescued him. And if you think this is going to be a Hollywood movie at some future date, I suspect you're going to be right. So I rejoice in his rescue, and what an operation it was. I guess they had one of the transport planes went down during the operation, and so they destroyed that plane so it couldn't be used against our people and all the rest of it. Cohabitation with God. You talk about shacking up with the Almighty. I sure the hell am. I sure the heck am. Holy smoke. Jesus talks about the church being the bride of Christ. So I don't know what to do with that, but that's what the Bible says. Anyway, Tim, welcome aboard. Paul, Breakfast King of Loyola, welcome aboard. So yeah, really dramatic. And I actually, I don't do this often, but I was driven to my knees in prayer. I got down on my knees and I prayed, and I said, God, please save this man and get him out. And I wasn't the only one praying. Believe you me, a lot of people praying for the rescue. Anyway, thank God he was saved, and cause for rejoicing. And if you're an American, boy, you got to be proud. Because your military is really the finest in the world, and the dedication, the risk the president took. Could you imagine if he had Jimmy Carter himself there with Apaches or Hueys or whatever else they're using, shut down, lying as burning wrecks in the desert? That would have been very troubling. Okay, Spring Hill Jim, we welcome aboard. Greetings, Rach. I went to see the band James, Manchester, Mancunian band. James, I've never seen them. I don't know much about them. I may actually have them on one of my records here at like a collection. I have a record of Manchester music in one volume collected. And so they might appear on that, but I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm glad you enjoyed that, Jim, and welcome to the show. This is our good friend Archie in real life, but he plays the character known as Spring Hill Jim on the internet. And thank you, Jen. Happy Easter, Rachel and Sue. Let's get that. There's the comment. Happy Easter, Rachel and Sue. Happy Easter indeed, Jen. So we're glad you're here. Holy smokes. We had a thing I talked about. I said I'd do this. This is kind of funny. I said I would do this. I hope you prayed for the Iranians too, the victims. No, I didn't pray for the godless, evil, wicked, evildoers that are lying dead that were going to torture and murder that innocent American life. So no, I don't pray for them. I will say this, have fun when it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living God. That's your scripture for the day. But no, none whatsoever. Read your Bible, you'll understand more about all that, Matthew Petty. But you know who I do pray for is the Persian people. We pray for the Persian people that have been, I think 30,000 people were destroyed in the months leading up to Trump's interdiction in Iran. So praise God for Trump coming in there. Hopefully that regime collapses and that peace comes to that region. Born of frustration, laid, sit down sometime, come home, etc. Holy smokes, what a lad. Okay, I just watched Massey's Jesus Christ Superstar album review. Might have to pick it up now. Don't you have a copy of that? Is it the original with Ian Gillian on vocals? Because the original is quite good. But the subsequent 1973 movie soundtrack is not as good. But, it's the original Jesus Christ Superstar is fantastic. I've got it in my collection. The problem with the show or the play theologically is that it's the crucified Christ. And of course, the truth of it all is not only that he died, but that he was buried and that he rose again from the dead. That's critical. The resurrection and the life, which Jesus said about himself, I am the resurrection and I am the life. I am the way, the truth, and life. So pretty cool. But it is a good album. It's got a great beat and I can dance to it. Try not to get worried. Try not to get problems that upset you. Don't you know everything's all right now? Everything's fine. And it's gonna be good tonight. Something like that. Anyway, Mary Magdalene's song, that's probably my favorite in the whole thing. Apart from, the chorus, Jesus Christ, Superstar. So anyway, it's a good album. And so Lucky Jackson goes, yeah, I never had the album. Well, go get it. Go get it. Massey's right. It's a fantastic album, as Jen says as well. Yeah, Andrew Lloyd Webber composed it. Indeed, he did, Tim. It is probably I think it's the first Andrew Lloyd Webber, and then he went on to do Phantom of the Opera and Beauty and the Beast, I think he did, and a bunch of other things he's done. Claims to fame, right? So very, very well regarded composer, Andrew Lloyd Webber. He's still with us. Have we still got him, or did he, check out? A lot of people we've lost a lot of people. Folks, I'm 68 years young. And at that, age at 68, you think about the people that go before me, my beloved Beatles, those guys are in their mid 80s. They aren't even in their early 80s. They're in their mid 80s now. The ones that are still alive. Hey, Rach, where in Canada are you? A lot of people want to know that. I want to know it. Were you born there? I used to have pen pals in Manitoba. I lived in Manitoba. My dad was a Mountie, like Dudley Do-Right. Oh, no. Dudley Do-Right of the Mounties, right? And so my dad was one of those guys. And I'm born in Port Alberni, British Columbia, Vancouver Island. And I am now currently living about 30 miles where I was born. I guess, no, more than 30 miles away. How many miles would I be from Port Alberni from here? Or kilometers you can do?
Probably about 60 miles.
Yeah, about 60 miles away. Yeah, it's like 130 kilometers or something, something like that. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm the buzz, man. I'm not buzzed, but, I'm bringing the buzz for you. Jesus Christ Superstar, Godspell, Jesus Christ Superstar all the way, every day. Much better, superior. Very interesting. The best Jesus Christ Superstar cover is by Israeli Turkish funk singer named Grazia. Wow.
Oh, cats. I forgot about cats.
Yeah, Cats. Where's the singing Cats? Where the hell are singing Cats? When David Letterman started his, and I'm in Nanaimo currently, British Columbia, Vancouver Island, West Coast, British Columbia. But I lived in Fort Garry, Manitoba from 1966 to 71, HR. So that's where I was then. But anyway, good to hear that he's still kicking, alive and kicking. That's wonderful. Yeah, Cats. It was Paul Newman. David Letterman moved from NBC, famously, infamously, the controversy. Jay Leno, who's going to get control of the Tonight Show. Leno was so pissed off, he ended up going to CBS, and then he hanging out with the old Ed Sullivan studio, right? Right after here they are, the Beatles, right? So David Letterman took over the studio where the Beatles performed, the Ed Sullivan show. And the very first show at CBS, Paul Newman stands up. It was planned, obviously, but it was kind of a funny bit. Newman stands up in the audience. We got questions from the audience. So we're in the new, and Dave, here's a young man. What do we got here? And it's Paul Newman stands up. He goes, yeah, I got a question. Where the hell are the singing cats? You want to see cats over there at CBS, right? So very funny. Also, a quick aside while I get him, I don't know how long I got Marty for the show, so I want to talk to him. Marty, I'm so happy. Yeah, last night I own, I don't own, I subscribed to Tubi, Tubi. Tubi's got kind of an interesting theme song. You kids know what Tubi is? Maybe you in the UK don't know. It's like a network that plays old movies and stuff, right? And you can get it. You download it, whatever. It's an app, and you run through your television and stuff, and it's a lot of fun. And yeah, probably true. More true than not, David. More true than not, probably. Hopefully, we'll get you up here today. We'd like to see you up here. Okay. Anyway, Marty. So I watched on Tubi The Master. I'd never seen it before. Philip Seymour Hoffman, legend. And Marty is so interesting because you said, oh, Rachel, you probably won't like it. Now, I found that an interesting comment. You probably won't like it. I loved it. I thought it was a fantastic film. I liked it more than Sue did. Sue, what were your thoughts on it briefly? Here, I'll throw the mic over. Okay, she'll put it in the chat. She's going to put it in the chat. Tubi's a free streamer. That's right. So I did Tubi on my big TV, 4K, OLED TV. So it's fantastic. Okay. I'm watching a movie called Black Easter. They go back in time to assassinate Jesus. It's no good, Zato. You kill Jesus, he'll rise from the dead on you. You can't kill. See, the wages of sin is death, right? And since Jesus committed no sin, you can't really kill him unless he lays down his life willingly to do so. So this is one of the glorious things. That's why he rose from the dead, because he was without sin, though he died as a propitiation for our sin, a substitute death. Behold, the Lamb of God, which taketh away the sins of the world. He lays down his life as a substitutionary death, because the wages of sin is death, and the justification and the righteousness of God demanded that sacrifice be made. Behold, the Lamb of God, which taketh away the sin of the world. And so, though he died, he could not be held by the grips of death, and therefore rose in glorious resurrection. Praise God. All glory to God. Happy Easter. Happy Easter. Hope you're doing well, Mark Anthony K. So I want to talk about Master, but while we got Mark, I want to talk to Mark. Mark sent me a message, and he says, Rach, you got to move on this quick because they're selling like freaking hotcakes. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about the latest release from Mark Anthony K and his music project called Project Gemini. So let me go over there. Pause. Let me go. Let me go. Let me go. Let me do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Paste, 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 copy. The latest album now available in pre-order on vinyl is called The Dark Days of Yesterday. Or I think that's The Dark Days of Yesterday. Let's put it down. Boom. Dark Days of Yesterday. Very good. Okay, there it is. Boom, 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 boom. Did someone move that rock? Did someone move that rock? Interesting comment. No human moved it, I'll tell you that. They had Roman guards positioned outside, unless they Jeffrey Epstein the whole thing, but I doubt it. Anyway, so there's Mark's new album. I also leave my Bandcamp page open. A little later, I want to talk about Demons, First Boy on the Moon. But for now, let's focus on the Dark Days of Yesterday and let you know, folks, that this is available in pre-order. You can buy it immediately on CD and also for digital download. Make that happen. So anyway, great to see Mark out, and even better is the fact it's selling out. So if you want a copy on vinyl, get in there quick. There's limited to 100 copies, folks. Just 100 copies are available. You want that first press, you better head over there, and sooner than later. And there it is right there. Dark Days of Yesterday. So please support independent artists. We love Mark. And our good friend Anthony Audiophilia has arrived. I love the master. Paul, now what's his name? Paul Anderson? Paul Thomas Anderson. Paul Thomas Anderson film. Performance and PSH, Philip Seymour Hoffman. God, the initials. Performance was stunning, as well. Joaquin Phoenix was excellent. His physical acting in that film was so good, was so amazing. I think the Egyptians built the pyramids. I think that the Egyptians did it, since they're like in Egypt. Hey, Rach, thanks for the promo. Just to make note, the CDs are sold out. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, the CDs are, you can't get one. They're sold out. So congratulations. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Anyway, holy smoke. What a cast of thousands here. Anyway, okay, the women of the Bible are studying. Last part of the trilogy, the faithful, quote, women of the Bible, is tonight. Looking forward to seeing the conclusion of that series. I haven't seen that one. Didn't know that one's out there. They are doing different things. I know there is the resurrection, the follow-up for, I want to say Mel Blanc, but, Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson. He of the, what was the Atonement? What was the name of his first film? The Passion of the Christ. Oh my gosh. What a brutal film. What a brutal film that is. 10 Commandments are on every year. Yeah, the robe, right? A lot of those are some Ben-Hur. Some of these are kind of classics at this time of year. Biblical Christian films recognizing Christ's sacrifice on our behalf. I like a lot of old Bible movies. The 10 Commandments for sure. Yeah, 10 Commandments is, the special effects were a whole new level of thing. Yeah, Passion of Christ. So I'm really looking forward to the resurrection. And I'm going to make a prediction. I'm going to prophesize. I think when people watch that film, The Resurrection, a lot of people are going to become Christian. Apparently, I was reading that for the first time in decades, Christianity, the decrease, it's not showing signs of growing, but it stopped the decline in Christianity. That has stopped this year. There's no decline in adherence to Christianity, because we live in a largely secular post-Christian era. And, and so for people like myself that believe in Christ, believe that he is God, manifest in flesh, that, this Easter holiday of his crucifixion and subsequent resurrection is at the crux of the faith. And I believe it happened. We are a minority, so I recognize that, but we sure honor it. And, I believe, if you ask me, yeah, I'm a hardcore believer. So, I'm a little mixed up on with all the CGI. I like old school effects. I do too. There's a place for them. I think CGI can be really useful to some extent, but it's not, it's not the be all end all, right? It's not a panacea. Okay. Yeah, okay. I was going to buy Jesus Christ Superstar and listen to with 666 by Aphrodite's Child as a double listen. Yeah, that gets a lot of cachet, Aphrodite's Child, and particularly that album, the 666. He who has wisdom, here is wisdom. The 666 is the number of a man. It's the number of a man. I have read Christianity has increased amongst young people the last couple of years. I am reading that too, that at least demographically, overall, it's not declining, holding its own. But yeah, there is the Gen Z apparently there is some sort of movement underway. So very good to see. Obviously, every Christian rejoices in that. And it's refreshing to see, says Jen. Yeah, I've heard that as well. So I would pray that that is true, right? At the end of the day, it's not ours to worry about. He's got the whole world in his hands, got a whole wide world in his hands. All right, so let's go back to the master, Philip Seymour Hoffman. And as Anthony rightly points out, the acting of Joaquin Phoenix, his physical acting is a standout. And, looking at Philip Seymour Hoffman, it is a real shame that we lost him. I think he passed away in 2012 or something, Philip Seymour Hoffman. Go find out when he passed away. I'm not sure when he died. Maybe later. 2017, I don't know. 2015, 14, I don't know. Find out. Anyway, we lost him far too soon. Philip Seymour Hoffman. 2014?
Only 46.
2014? And how old? 46 years old. You know what role? I looked at him last night and in the role of the master, and I thought, there's one guy on the planet I think could have handled this role. It's considered by many to be the greatest film of all time. I'm talking about Citizen Kane, Orson Welles' Citizen Kane. I think Philip Seymour Hoffman, if they had ever decided to do a remake of Citizen Kane in some form or other, I think Philip Seymour Hoffman would have been the guy. He had the gravitas for it. What a remarkable actor. What remarkable range he had. So, Marty, if you're still with us, I don't know why you would say I wouldn't enjoy that film, because I thought it was masterfully done. Great moments of cinematography. There's stuff in there that's just, it could be a picture you could hang on the wall. So I really enjoyed it. And the acting in particular. If you don't know the story, I think it's loosely based on Ron L. Hubbard, and it just kind of like the Scientology religion. It deals with a cult, a powerful figure, and dealing with a broken individual, an adherent in the form of Joaquin Phoenix, who kind of stumbles into it. But Phoenix does a physical character that is, it's got a frailty about it. And he's an individual that's in, he's a fragmented, broken psyche, a war veteran, U.S. Navy, World War II era, and it's just so well done, just so well done. Yeah, I think I remember saying you may not like it. Well, I just letting you know I loved it. I think it's a tremendous film. I highly regard it. Great filmmaking, an interesting story. Interesting more to me why Paul Thomas Anderson wanted to take that subject matter on. Maybe it's because he's a Hollywood guy and he sees a lot of people in Hollywood involved with Scientology. So that's kind of interesting.
Dianetics was
Ron L. Hubbard.
Dianetics.
Yeah, but also Scientology.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Scientology is his thing.
Oh, okay.
The Master is one of my favorite movies. Nick Rideau, the legendary Nick Rideau. Yeah, he called it Dianetics. Yeah.
Scientology, right?
Yeah. I love Ron L. Hubbard. I once gave tips. I gave him tips for his book on Dianetics. Wow. Okay, that's from Palm Beach Beat. Quite the accomplishment there. Anyway, Yeah. Oh man, that would have been perfect for a remake. I just think he would have. I think he has the look, the gravitas, the presentation for it. So that's what I think. One of the things that's kind of funny, though, maybe he was doing a little bit, maybe he was channeling a little bit of Citizen Kane for the role of the master. Maybe he was doing a little bit of Orson Welles for that role. I'll never forget Norm Macdonald, the late great Canadian comedian, brilliant. We loved him. Norm Macdonald talking about There Will Be Blood, another Paul Thomas Anderson production. There Will Be Blood. Or is that the Coen brothers who did Let There Be Blood? Let me know. I think it's Paul Thomas Anderson. But anyway, regardless, it's got the Irish guy in it. Who's the guy I'm thinking of? Bill for the Butcher in The Gangs of New York, that actor. Daniel Day-Lewis. And in the movie Let There Be Blood, Norm Macdonald sussed out very quickly. He says, everybody's giving accolades to Daniel Day-Lewis for his job in doing portraying this role of this oil baron. And he says all he's really doing is John Huston. If you look at it, it's John Huston. And it's just absolutely classic. Now, I'm going to play the clip because, we're flowing away here. We're having fun.
And then they want to know what this Japanese hoo-ha is all about.
Okay, Japanese. Okay, we'll do Japanese hoo-ha because we're talking about, I'm going to risk getting blocked. Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, I'm going to risk, I'm going to play.
You can't play the clip.
What?
You can't play the clip.
Well, I was thinking of playing the Norm Macdonald where he does the Daniel Day. I've played that before. I think.
I thought you were talking about Japanese
No,
hoo-ha.
no, I can't do Japanese hoo-ha. Okay, let me show you this because I'm so proud of it. So it comes visual aid, right? It's a visual medium. Let's have some visual. Okay, so it's my YouTube thumbnail. Oh my God, what a beauty this thing was. View. Let's make this bigger. Can I zoom in? Oh yeah. All right. Let's get back here. So, ladies and gentlemen, we had problems with the last Tuesday's episode. It was a mixed bag episode. I want to elaborate a little bit more about that as the show progresses. We got a lot lined up for you today. Oh, Sue, can you drop? I guess you can't. Oh, yeah, it's the same link all the time I use for this program. Can you drop the link for the main program in there? Every time I seem lately when I drop the link, I can't do it for some reason. I get penalized. Well, let me just, okay. Oh God, hang on. Excuse us, technical. It's WJB is the final three letters. Okay, Sue's got it. Now, okay, Japanese company do not play when it comes to their IPs, intellectual properties. The anime channels all learned the hard way. Anime, yeah, you can't do. We did Raccoon Balls, that got blocked. They just block you. So I played a clip of Gamera Super Turtle last week. Gamera Super Turtle, who'd have thunk? They aren't Toho. They're another company, competitor to Toho that had the rights to Gamera. Anyway, they blocked my video worldwide. So I had the best thumbnail in the world for last week's show because it was so good. The show itself was great. But to be fair, we were talking about this in Friday's Patreon. When we do promo specials, like we had the wonderful Mark Anthony K up, whenever we do that, or if we got First Boy, David Pedrosa, First Boy on the Moon, who I love, or Joey Kelly or whatever, it seems that you kids, a number of you, a certain percentage of you, let's say, don't enjoy those, and they don't have the energy of some of our other episodes, right? That's kind of part of the problem. So that part of the program was a little more low key. It has to be because we're doing a thing, right? And I expect it's about the music, right? And those segments, those are actually musical segments. So I would think you kids would really, go, wow, that's so good. I really enjoyed seeing that album. And as a matter of fact, I just got a great word from our friend Nancy. She bought Angelo Kelly's latest album just because of the promotion we've done for Angelo on the program. I'm very happy to report that. I'm very proud of that. Well, it's a great album. It's album of the year for me. I don't think anything will top it, even though I'm really enjoying El Subliminoso right now. And I'm playing the heck out of It's Too Cold at Your House. Or so, I believe that's the name of it. And we can play that video a little later because we can get away with that one. But anyway, in the meantime, so we did that. Then Johnny L came up. And Johnny really saved the show. He came in, he brought it up, and it really worked out great. And now, okay, hold on. What's going on here? Cancel. Let's do this. Okay, we got our guest. We got our first guest. I love this. Okay, how you doing there? Happy Easter. Here you do. I took on Jesus Christ Superstar.
I don't want to interrupt you before your
Well, okay. So anyway, so Mass, what happened? We had a nice little show. We did a couple of promo spots for our kids. And those, for some people, they don't like it when we do the music, we do the promos. They like more of the nonsense and stuff that goes on here. But anyway, so then we got Johnny up, and Johnny was a trooper. Johnny really came in with a hot take. He doesn't like the AI stuff, right? A lot of people don't like it. Johnny was adamant. I hate the AI. He proceeded to show us his AI that he loves for his show, which is crazy, but there you have it. Then, following that, we had Darren, the return of Darren. The ratings went through the roof. I was already 1,100 views immediately after the show. I was so happy. I was on a high. And I even created the following thumbnail for the program. I want to share it with you all because I just think it's fantastic. Mazzy, thoughts? This is a thumbnail we had. Okay, it's got Johnny, it's got Darren, and it's Rush, because Darren had a hot take on Rush. He said that the female drummer, was being ghosted on when they did the Juno Awards. They're Canada's version of the Grammy Awards, Mass. These are Canada's top popular music awards for Canada. And we had Leif Erikson, Geddy Lee, the two guys from Rush, incredible, with their chick drummer they got. But Darren's take was she was being ghosted by the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation. Interesting take. But this thumbnail,
another conspiracy theory, basically.
Okay, settle down here because I got something for you. Listen, I'm hearing reports of lawnmower men. I don't know what's going on, but there's trouble in Seattle as far as I'm concerned. Let me set the stage. That's a good thumbnail, by the way.
Let me set the stage. You know.
All right, buddy.
Yeah. I've had this guy, this senior citizen. I don't know if he's senior. He's probably young. He's younger than me, but he's this Vietnamese guy that showed up here like 12 years ago and said, "Can I cut your grass?" And I said, "Well, give me an estimate." You know, you've been to my place. It's around the house, but you know, in the wintertime, 4 months, you don't need to cut your grass. And of course it grows fast for 5 months. So every 2 or 3 weeks you need to cut it. And I said, well, he gave me a price, and it's reasonable. So when the season starts, it just started again. I text him, I said, okay, anytime you want to cut the grass, and he just shows up and does it. And I leave a check under the mat. And he texts me about 5 days ago saying he broke a rib, bad shape, broken. You know, he has a accent when he texts still. And I said, oh no, I'm so sorry. So I had met with Coffee Dave and Kimbo at this Mexican restaurant Thursday night. And I told them the story, and they both said, we have lawnmowers, we'll cut your grass. And then last night I see Joey goes, I got a lawnmower, I'll cut your grass. So
yeah. So is there going to be a lotto for which one vying?
Well, I finally said maybe we should do a whack-a-mole.
Yeah.
See what I did there? Whack-a-mole.
A whack-a-mole.
I
love the idea.
Of course, I made this.
I love the thumbnail.
AI. We all hate
AI.
But
it's good.
I said, make a movie poster, Lawnmower Men, with these 3 photographs. And this is what, can you make me,
Okay, here goes, man. This is going to be a good movie. Look at that.
They pushed too far. Now it's payback time. Cutting edge revenge.
Oh, that is good. I would watch that. What a cast. What a freaking cast.
feel like Tom Sawyer, where all your friends paint your fence. They're gonna come and mow my lawn.
Yeah,
I
Tom
just don't-
Tom Sawyer.
I mean, I
and-
could do it. All I asked is that, well, Dave, can I borrow your lawnmower? I haven't mowed a lawn a long time. I just need to borrow a lawnmower or eventually buy one. But hopefully, my guy will get.
Well, you
better.
don't need one with these guys.
Yeah,
Just
I mean,
get
it's like,
Calio, rock god, to cut your lawn.
I like how it
Holy
automatically puts the brunette in the middle and the lighter haired guys on left and right.
Yeah, there's a sensibility, there's an aesthetic there. It appeals to your Virgo sensibility of order. Like
Absolutely.
if I was to have a picture of John Lennon and it was Easter, I would have a picture of Jesus and then young Jesus on the other side.
We got bigger than God. Obviously,
Yeah.
look how big he's bigger than
He's bigger than Jesus
God,
right now.
bigger than Jesus.
Yeah.
And then you got this guy,
Yeah.
that 1971
Yeah.
Mazzy.
Yeah.
Now, the point of my video, and it was no disrespect, I don't disparage anyone else's religion like that, but the year this came out, 1970, I bought it like literally the week or two after it came out, and
I heard it that year too.
yeah, I'd never heard anything about it. And of course, that summer I had gone to Israel. So this is my spiritual year, probably my biggest spiritual year. And I actually taught Sunday school for 2 years after that, which, if you can believe it. But this, Except No Substitute, the movie's crap. I'm sorry, Ted Neely, you're no Ian Gillan, but this is the one. This is the great one. Andrew Lloyd Webber, and you forgot to mention Tim Rice. All those lyrics.
Tim Rice,
Tim Rice. And before this, they had written Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Rainbow.
Oh, right. That was,
But that wasn't big, and they kind of reissued that after this came out.
Yeah, but this.
And then Evita came out later too.
Yeah, I mean, it's got an incredible resume. The kids are reminding me they did Cats as well, but also I was saying Phantom of the Opera, that went viral. You know, it became. It's a remarkable guy. He's an incredible achievement, taking intellectual properties that, you know, like, for example, Jesus Christ or you know, the Phantom of the Opera, etc. These things, and reinventing them. T.S. Eliot's Cats, for example, and doing the play on that.
Like for me, the only mistake I made with this for years, so as I get this like end of October, early November, every year my tradition at Christmas is to play this record, and I'm always told it's not a Christmas record. Obviously, I know the story, but this taught me the story. I didn't know the story of the last 7 days of Jesus. And what's great about this, it's a rock band. There is orchestration, but it's not all schmaltzy. The rock band is most of the Grease band, which was Joe Cocker's band. Henry McCullough, who would later join Wings, was on it. Yeah. It's a great album. And I played it in my car. I met up with Joey last night.
My favorite song on that is Try Not to Get Worried, Try Not to.
Yeah.
And the way
Yvonne Elliman, who played with Clapton and
you know why I love it so much? One of the reasons that I like it is Sue and I played it just, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago. And when we were playing it, when you hear Mary Magdalene, the girl doing the vocals on it,
Yvonne Elliman.
They sing purposely flat. Yeah. So they go, try not to turn on to problems that upset you. That is a flat note. There's crazy, and it's so good.
On it. There's some avant-garde stuff on it. The way the arrangements are very interesting, and it's more than just what's on the surface. It's an excellent rock opera because
it's like really a transformer more than meets the eye.
Yeah, it's excellent, and I don't have to, you know, to me it's a story, and you know, as a Jew, obviously, I'm agnostic, but I'm not very religious. But you know, the Jewish point of view, Jesus was a teacher, a rabbi, a carpenter. He tried to help the poor and the immigrants and everybody else, but not the Son of God. That's art from, but that's, you know, you believe what you want. And it obviously, he started a whole tribe.
Yeah, here's an interesting question. You know what's interesting now? John Lennon, 1966, we're bigger than Jesus. I wonder if the Beatles are bigger than Jesus now. Like in 1966, I believe Lennon was right. I think the Beatles were bigger.
You know,
they were
on the surface. I mean, it was a flippant remark taken out of context, but still,
In pop
basic thing
culture,
was,
they were. That's
but
the
the
whole content. But that's what Lennon meant.
kids would rather go see the Beatles and go to church or go to temple in those
That's
days.
right, and that's why John
Exactly.
Lennon was right. That's why
Exactly.
Lennon was absolutely on point. The
Yeah.
Beatles were bigger than Jesus, but now, fast forward, the Beatles are no longer what they
Yeah.
were. They are for us Beatle people,
Unless John actually comes back before
unless
Jesus.
Lennon can come back. But I wouldn't hold
What
my
if he
breath
came
on that
back
one.
before Jesus? How would that topsy-turvy turn
That
things
would be
around?
very exciting. We all love John. But anyway, so my deal is on. I just thought about, you think about it, bigger than Jesus. And now, with time and passing, the Beatles have had their moment where they were the biggest thing. But as a pop cultural thing, no, I would say they probably aren't anymore.
Well, Tommy was the year before, but even before that was SF Sorrow by The Pretty Things,
Oh
which
yeah,
wasn't as elaborate. There also was one around 1970, The Survival of St. Joan,
yeah.
about Joan of Arc, and I used to have that record. That was a kind of a weird. I got it to hold that.
I
opera.
own it. I got a copy of SF Sorrow. I had to. That's one of the things the vinyl community brought to me. Because the Pretty Thing, I know who they were. Oh, you pretty things. I knew them through like the Bowie lyric, but and through Reputation, but I never really knew them.
Well, they
And
had
then
so many
I went and
different.
grabbed the album. Everybody says it's one of the great concept albums, and I believe Norman Hurricane Smith, the Beatles engineer, all the way from Please Please Me to Rubber Soul, is the producer on that.
Yeah, around the time of Pink Floyd to producing, he was
And he comes
producing.
over and takes Floyd on. So have you done the trivia competition thing that you were going to do on the channel for the Vinyl Vintner or our friend or whatever, the Martini,
No,
whatever?
that's not till like May, I think. It's
Oh,
way.
wow. That
Yeah.
is, so you're nervous? You're having trouble sleeping?
No.
Waiting up
You
to
know,
building up to the big
It's one of those things. I know what I know, and
Yeah.
my the person I'm up against, knows what he knows, and it just depends on how the questions go. So I'll either win or I'll lose.
Yeah.
If I lose, that's so be it. I'm
If-
not competitive in that way. I'd like to win, but if I don't win, it doesn't like freak
I
me
don't
out.
think you have anything to prove or
No.
it's not like you're some unheralded kid coming out of nowhere. Everybody knows that you've got one of the great Beatle
Like,
collections.
if
There's
there
not
was
a book
if
written that you haven't read. And speaking of Beatle books, I want you to talk in a little bit in a little while about Mark Lewison's book. His name's spelled like Louis John or something, but you got to pronounce it Lewis.
SH is in there or something, right?
All right. Do you want to do that now? Are you ready for the question?
What am
I
I
have a
asking
question.
about?
I don't own the book.
Which book? He's written a lot of
The
books.
big one, the
You
one
mean
called In Tune or whatever it is. The history of the families. He goes back in the 1800s.
Well, he's done volume 1 of supposedly 3 volumes, and it's been 13 or 14 fucking years since the last one. I mean, he put so much. The guy is an amazing researcher. It just seems to me, from the outside, he should have a research assistant to come in and help him so he can start writing the fucking book.
So what do you?
Because
So
we're
what
not
do you?
getting any younger.
Well, first of all, review the book in question. I think it's called In Tune.
It's probably the definitive biography of the Beatles, and it takes it to the nth level. Like the first volume is barely up to they started forming a band. It's their history, as you would say, their genealogy, that whole thing, and the families in Liverpool at the time, all that stuff.
I want to find out if I'm related to him because I got
be.
Liverpudlian relatives there.
Yeah, it's very good, and
how far does it go? Does it go up to 64 or 62?
Oh, no. It barely goes to probably 62, 63, I think,
Okay.
And so people are waiting for it, like the next one. They want to read the book. And I met him twice, once in England, and I met him when that book came out. He did a talk and a signing in San Francisco, and I went to it, and I met him, and he goes, "Oh, I know you. I loved your book." And he knew who I was.
He knew your book.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, my book is
your book is great, is what your book
compared
is.
to his. I mean, it's
a different thing. It's a different subject matter.
I could never do what he does, and I
wonder if he could do what you did, Mass.
Well, of course, he did actually, because we were the first, but there was a book, Beatles London, a little travel book that he co-wrote, and so it was a travel book. Came out about 3 years after our book. something like that.
Well, you were first, so there you so
Yeah.
suck on that,
But
Lewis.
his is more like maps and walking around, like a
Yeah,
travel
yeah.
guide
I
you
get
walk
it.
with.
Yeah. If you know what's going on, like, I mean, you go to Liverpool, like at the Grapes restaurant or the pub, I went to the Grapes and there's a sign there said John Lennon sat here at a table. Everybody move. I'm in the
Well,
Grapes. I'm pushing Sue, my kid, a couple
I
of
have this little
strangers, and
plastic.
we asked them to
Yes.
move.
I have one of those little plastic stands that you put pictures in, and
Yeah.
it has a little chip of red paint from it. Because Dave and I were sitting in the booth where John, and the paint was chipping off.
Did
So
you sit in John's spot?
I don't know. But
I made a
pulled,
point of sitting where
no,
Lennon's
I'm
spot.
talking about Ye Crack. Remember Ye?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I pulled a little. Maybe it was Grapes, and I pulled a little paint off.
Yeah. Souvenir.
That I kept, and I still have it downstairs.
Attaboy. You don't have your brick no more.
No, no. I have the brick that I picked up when they were gutting Savile Row. I don't have the brick that I bought from Mendips that Sticker Mania bought from me.
Yeah. So you were over at Aunt Mimi's. They had a brick there at Aunt
No.
Mimi's.
What happened is years later, I don't know, 25 years ago, they sold them online. I think I probably paid $200 for it.
Oh, okay.
And it has a plaque, and it says this is brick number something
So,
something
so
out of
yeah,
200, 191 out of 200 or something.
Yeah.
And they were about maybe $200. I don't remember. I sold it to Sticker Mania, and he probably flipped it. I don't know.
Well, this leads us to our next question. Then, what do you think he's do you think he's how do I put it? Is he? I don't know what's going on.
On the
I
spectrum?
don't even know how to phrase. What's going on with this guy? Do you
Well,
think he's
he is
afraid?
so-
Is there a fear variable in
No,
there?
I
right
don't
or
know.
block?
Well, first of all, I admire the guy. He's detail oriented. He
Mhm.
finds something, then finds something else, then puts them all together, and he'll turn up things that no one else has turned up. Now, you could say, do we need to know that? I mean, it's great because this will be, in theory, the definitive version. Like, no one's ever going to go this
To
deep.
this
I mean,
extent, yeah.
I think the Bible was written in less time than these volumes. I
Yeah.
don't know, but like, think of volume 2. It's been 13 years or 14
And he's
years.
not a kid. You don't want him to expire
He's-
before he completes
What
it.
is he? I think he's 5 or 6 years younger than me, maybe more, 8 years. I don't know.
Mm.
But you're right. I mean, and then there's going to be volume 3. So I'm going to be
Well, he
in my
looks older
80s.
than both of us. This Beatles gig has taken it out of him then.
Yeah. So, but he doesn't have any help. And now they did this documentary thing, this video thing component he's been promoting. I think he needs the money to.
Yeah, he's got a new movie coming out called Evolution 22 or something.
People have seen it. I haven't seen it. It's kind of like a PowerPoint show he does live. And you got to do that to balance it out. And with publishing, he got an advance and then sales on the first one. You get an advance, and then you get a next payment when you deliver the manuscript and when it comes out. And of course, 13 years, you have to go on and live and eat. And so you have to do other things at some point because it's not like
it's a discipline thing. Apparently, I saw an interview. I'm kind of playing a little catch up on this. The book is available on Amazon, folks. It doesn't cost an arm and a leg. You can get it like for $20 or so in paperback form. I don't know whether the original was in hardback. I think it should be, given the nature of the publication, what it's all about. But I would think doing research can take it out. He's admitted that. And his thinking, he's so anal retentive. He goes, I don't want to have to go back and do something. I want to have everything, right?
Okay. This is the original American edition. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. That's the thing.
Big book,
Hardbound,
right?
You want it hardbound, yeah.
Big book. But then, then they put out a few months later.
Right. Yeah. Wow.
I mean, this is only volume 1. It says 1 and 2, but this is the first book.
Oh my gosh.
So we're
Look
talking,
at that beauty.
this is bigger than the Bible. I don't know how many pages are in the Bible. You would know better than I would. But yeah, I mean, God, he probably did more research than
that is
than the writing team,
unbelievable.
whoever wrote the Bible probably
Pull one
didn't
out and do a table of contents for us. Let's just see kind of how he broke down the table of contents on one of them. Oh, and beautifully embossed. Look at that. That is lovely. I know this is big bucks right now. This is like
I bring to
600 or-
you these 10 commandments.
And count them 10, 15, 10 commandments.
Right.
Yeah, just let's take a look at the table of contents, see what he's on about.
Okay.
Hey,
yeah.
Bobby Gass, we love you, man. You can come on up and hang out with us if you like, Bobby.
Okay, this is 2013, so 13 years.
Yeah.
This is tells you all the paper and the font and all this stuff. Okay.
Beautiful.
So we got contents. We got, let's see, we got the prologue.
Yeah.
Okay, it starts out 1845 to 1939.
Wow.
Looking back, shapes of things to come. 1939 to 55, looking forward, Liverpool children. 1956, rock. 1957, old before our birth. 1958, thinking of linking. 1959, three cool cats. 1960, competence, confidence, continuality. 1961, the rock age. 1962, always be true. And it ends on December 1962. So love me do, and then nothing else yet.
Love me do, wanker.
And that's only the first fucking.
Can you hold up the embossing on that? Beautiful embossing.
Yeah, it's like, really
that's
nice.
Lovely. Look at that, folks. Really nicely done. And this is part of the special 2-volume set, which seems to have more content than you're getting in the single volume. Like one of those equals the single standard volume. And
he does this like, geez, I mean, this is.
So what on God's green earth did he include in the second or in these that is not included in the first volume?
I don't remember. I read this. Okay. I knew this was coming and I can't remember. Someone might tell me. It wasn't long, I don't think, after the first that I got this. So I bought the original book. I didn't read it right away. This came out. I read this. So I never read the first shorter book.
And why would you? When you have the
it's kind of like saying, okay, I'm only going to read the 3 books of Moses. I'm not going to read all 5.
Yeah. Holy smoke. That is something. Bobby, look at that thing. You're a reader. Beautiful set. I think that goes for something like $600 though.
Oh, no.
Okay, well, let me go look and see what it's going
for. There's a picture of him inside the slipcase.
Oh, hold on. Let's get the thing.
Yeah. Show the title page to me. The first book. Show me the title page. First off, who's the publisher?
This was
make them big. We're making
America,
it big for Bobby.
In America, it was Little Brown.
Okay, Little Brown, eh? Wait, no, I want to see whether it's a first edition or not.
It is a first edition.
Oh yeah, his is definitely.
I buy these as first editions, and I thought I had. Oh, here we go. Look.
Oh yeah, nice.
Your book was an influence. All good wishes, Mark Lewison.
How kind is that? What a nice thing to say.
But I met him in San Francisco, and he signed this one.
What a nice thing to say. Okay, folks, you're right about that. I thought it was like $600, but you can get it for 274 Canadian. So you're looking at about 250 USD for this thing. For those 2 books he's got there.
Yeah, I'm not criticizing the work he did. It's amazing. It's just that 13 years, I mean, these books that come out, they have teams, like, I don't know if there's that series McCartney Legacy. They've done 2 volumes so far, and they're extensive. It's a team, the 2 guys, and I'm blanking out the guy's name who used to work for the Washington Post.
I've got his recording sessions book by Louis John, which is very good for a Beatle person. You want to know who played what and when did they do it, and your favorite song and all this stuff. It's a fairly excellent deep dive, fairly extensive deep dive into the actual recording sessions for the Fab Four. So for hardcore Beatle fans, highly recommend it. But probably Lewison's probably the #1 Beatle author of our time.
Well, the latest we've heard, if we can believe anything, probably by 2030 or 32, the next volume will come out. So,
all right, we got a little controversy here. Who's the wise guy that gave Bobby Gass a comb? Bobby, have you got a lady in your life right now? What's going on, buddy?
Well, I was explaining to guys down at the coffee shop this morning. They were cracking too about my
Yeah.
hair, right?
They know there's a woman in your life right now.
Well, when I don't wash my hair for 4 or 5 days, it gets greasy. I still get grease in my hair. So
Yes.
my hair is kind of, sticks out all over the place when it gets like that. So
Yeah.
I just put some water in it and take a comb and comb the hair, and that's the end of the story, right? When you ever see my hair like that, it's because it's dirty.
Okay, well, you look like $1,000,000, and we love having you on board. Now, Bobby, if there was one rock group or one rock personality that you would like to learn more about reading a book, whom or who would that performer be?
Well, I
You got
didn't.
one.
No, well, I got a lot.
I know.
Frank Zappa and me got a lot of same kind of ideas about life and stuff like that. But then again, there's a lot of ideas he's got that I'm way, forget about it. Eh? I don't know. I mean, when you're talking about reading and stuff like that, you're just talking about who you like, and that's
Yeah.
just opinion and supposition, and it's everybody's different, is what I found out, right? I mean, I used to be a collector of books and first editions, and
Yeah.
I met an awful lot of people that were in the same. I competed with guys from all over the world, as a matter of fact, and for some authors, and everybody's got different tastes. Even if you really like an author, you might like, for instance, I was a Steinbeck collector.
Oh,
I
yeah.
I really like this stuff from the 40s more than that. Those were my favorite novels of his. I can remember Davis. Remember Davis used to come on your program all the time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Fred Putterman.
Yeah, he was teaching a bunch of guys in his class, and it was I forget who it was, the author or something like that. And I told him, I says, the 40s of Steinbeck is 10 times better than what you're choosing and stuff like that. But he said to me, this isn't about enjoyment. It's about something else about the language, right? So okay.
Yeah, I read in school, of course, we read The Grapes of Wrath, which was kind of required. And my dad had East of Eden. So that was one. And we've seen that film, East of Eden,
Well,
which is
East
good.
Eden, when I was collecting it, it was a $10 book, $15 book, because it was like it was a new one, and they printed like a million of the damn things, eh?
Yeah.
And now I got a rare book dealer's catalog from 25 years ago, and that same book is worth like about $150 now. First editions, they're still
That's where
collectible.
the investment is. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to,
tortilla
it's
flat.
depending on the subject matter too. Like some characters or some books are more popular by virtue of the subject matter. They
Well,
can command some good coin.
the Grapes of Wrath, was a Pulitzer Prize winner, right? They made a fantastic movie about it and stuff like that, but the book's 10 times better. I had a first edition of that before publication. I also had his first book, A Cup of Gold, and pretty much everything, that he ever printed, right? I had quite the collection of
For
Steinbeck.
you, Mazzy, you've got I've had the great privilege, the honor of seeing your book collection. You've got an extensive Beatles collection. If you were to recommend, say, 2 Beatle books, you only got 2, and so hey, people, you want to read like a real page turner, one that really captures you. Well, give me 2 books that you want to give to the average reader.
There's so many different segments. I mean, I know you always cite one that's fun.
Throw a link up for Rob, please.
You always cite the Richard DeLello Longest Cocktail Party, which is
Yeah.
a fun thing about the craziness of Apple as a company, and just
That's my personal favorite.
that's a fun book. I like the big books, like the recording sessions that are just those are the kind of books you don't really read from beginning to end. You pick up and read a segment. So I enjoyed those. I like Tune In. I don't know if it's my favorite biography in terms of enjoyment wise. And some of the ones that I like, people criticize. I like the Jeff Emmerich book, and there's a lot of people say, yeah, that he's wrong about this, and there's not as
Well, he's a Paul guy. We know that about Emmerich going in. You should know it going in.
but
Final
also
Community.
people have different memories, and they get dates wrong.
Yeah,
And you're
but
right, they
he's a
should
Paul guy.
have
He's a Paul guy. Let's face that.
proofreaders. But I enjoyed that book, and I mean, there's some weird ass Beatle books. I mean, I can't think of any other famous person in the world. Maybe Jesus. I mean, since we're talking about Jesus, have there been more books written about than the Beatles? More than the Kennedys? More than Amelia Earhart? More than anybody? I think the Beatles, even more than Elvis. There's a book, a wacko job, depending on your point of view. This woman did an interview with John Lennon, and she published it. And she interviewed John after he died. Okay.
Yeah, that's quirky as hell.
So, I mean, well, it's not as quirky as believing someone's coming back, depending on your, spiritual.
Well, but there's, massive. We got 1 million people, millions of people adhere
I believe that. I know.
And of course, we have testimony of the people at the time that were there, the Roman guards, et cetera, et cetera. Speaking of Roman
I think
guards,
testimony from 2,000 years ago can be a little suspect, I think.
Yeah, right. but then that, society has to come from somewhere.
You pass down stories.
You have to take certain other elements into
stories, and they change and they evolve. It's like 10 people telling the same joke, whispering in the ear. They change.
That's bloody Shakespeare. One of the great things, Massey, was Dead Sea Scrolls. Go ahead, Rob.
Have you ever read the autobiography of Spiro Agnew?
I have never read that, and he was an interesting guy.
Have you read it, Wax?
No, it's a joke book. It's like every page is blank.
Oh, now that's funny.
I have seen the Dead Sea Scrolls in Israel.
So what's remarkable about the Dead Sea Scrolls? You can put them side by side with your modern Bible in terms of the Old Testament, because that's what it's dealing with. And there's no difference there. Consider the lilies of the field, how they toil not, neither do they spin. That's in there.
Well, that's when the Bible was written. So,
Well, it was written after that. Actually,
men wrote it.
It's written thousands. Massey, it was written thousands of years after the initial book. All right. Now, Rob, welcome aboard. The one I remember was Archie Bunker, a book I bought my mom and dad back in 1972 called The Wit and Wisdom of Archie Bunker. And the first picture is in the book is a picture of Archie's feet. And it goes, the first and last time I ever gave Edith the camera. So it's just white socks with shoes at the foot of Archie's beloved chair. Get out of the chair, meathead. Anyway, Rob, welcome aboard. Rob, we got a crisis on this channel. I want to talk about it. I want to deep dive it with you. This is heartfelt. This is obviously... I didn't want it to come to this. We took it apart during the Patreon on Friday, but Rob, I think I need a new wingman. You're too busy now. You're not there at the top of the hour. Sometimes you're a no-show. You have found, listen, it's like Batman and Robin. I want to break this to you in a way that won't hurt you. It's like when Robin the Boy Wonder became Nightwing. He was all grown up and he became his own superhero. He became his own equal to Batman in many ways. And I feel you're my little Robin. You found your wings. And I think Bobby would agree. Wax has really found his way. And now I'm in need of a new ward, a young boy like yourself that I can mold and develop. And so we're going to brainstorm possibly doing audition.
You have to do like Dancing with the Stars type of competition.
Okay. This is why.
No, don't do it to Wax. You're going to put him in the same category as the puppet guy you had on your last.
Hold on, whoa! Puppet guy was great.
Don't do that to him, man. Jesus.
Whoa! Hold on here.
No, don't do that to the poor man.
Now stop it. No one's making that. It's just.
Hold on, Ray. I mean, sadly, I heard that the Puppet Man's mom passed away. Maybe.
Yeah, she passed away.
Maybe you need to reconnect.
You know what was so weird about that is when I first met her, I thought, "Oh, is this your wife?" Because poor. It was just one of those missteps. Yeah.
There are some of those sprung relationships, Rachel.
Holy, so it was just anyway. So we, and I started going over things, Rob, because you are busy, like normally we get you in a flyby mode. Like, hey, Rach, love to stay, but I'm on my way to the.
I mean, you have me for 15 minutes, and maybe tune in from the car.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. This is, and so we have to
Oh,
adapt.
can you make me big?
I
Okay,
want to
well-
send sympathy cards out to the drivers on 405 and 5 and
Hey,
101 in
Rachel,
Los
Rachel,
Angeles.
That-
two things.
yes, Rob.
Make me big first.
Okay, here we go. Here's Rob.
If you're not Sue or Rachel, don't watch this. This is only meant for them too.
This is just for us for this moment.
I have a life, Rachel. I have a life to live. I have things to do.
Yeah.
I have people to harm.
Thank you,
No.
Rob.
Now, my second thing.
Oh, no, he's got to go big again. Hold on. What's that, Sue?
We won't stand in your way.
We won't stand in your way. All right. Here we go. Rob's got
Yeah.
point number
Damn
2.
it, Sue. Damn it, Sue. I'm a grown man. Okay.
He's a grown man. All right.
Second thing is, I
Yeah.
believe Norman has PTSD.
Okay. What is that?
So Norman, I believe I can diagnose what I believe he really has.
This is
He's
crazy talk. What are
he's
we
acting-
dealing with?
He's acting out like I've destroyed his life because he rode in the back seat of my car.
Oh,
Front
right. I
seat,
heard about
front
this.
seat.
Scared,
But I
was he?
think-
I bet you he was scared.
But I think he has an inner ear infection that's causing him to perceive things in a more drastic way than they actually are.
I think Sue will understand this maybe more than Rachel. Doesn't Sue do most of the driving, or does Rachel?
No, I do
You do
most.
now.
Okay. I don't think I've ever been a passenger with Rachel's driving, so I don't know what she's like. But I'm a driver like 95% of the time.
You're a
it's very
good
rare
driver.
when I'm a passenger. So
Yeah.
some drivers are not great passengers. My point was when I've driven with Rob, always in the front seat except maybe once. He's one of those. He has a great little Chevy Volt that has a lot of power, and he kicks it up, and he brakes at the last possible minute, swerving in, and you think
So
you're gonna ruin it.
that's a problem.
Hold
And
on,
literally the
Rachel?
next day, I got in a Waymo.
Rob,
one
it's
of those-
starting to sound
wait,
like you're not
I
a
think
very
the-
good
the
driver
next-
at all.
I've never
the
heard you
next
talk
day,
about
wait,
this.
Rob, the next day, I was a passenger in the front seat of a Waymo with basically robot drivers, no driver. It was the safest, most relaxed passenger experience. People said I wouldn't get in that car. It followed every speed, law, went around garbage trucks and cans and things in the middle of the street. It was a great experience. And then I was in Rob. I thought I was going to go through the trunk of a car in front of
Yeah.
us.
Right, Rachel? I
Okay.
never really actually all the weird shit you're into and you
Yeah.
talk
A
about.
lot of weird stuff.
Never heard you talk about past lives.
Okay, interesting topic. Let's do past lives on today's
Okay,
program.
I
with
believe
our host and
I
guest, Rob.
believe Norman is suffering through delusion from a past life.
Okay.
You know what?
Past
I'll
lives,
tell
Rob.
you what. I'd love to go on a drive with you, and especially if you got into a car accident. I'd get me so many Jewish lawyers. I'd own that Academy Award.
Well, I appreciate your racism, Bobby, but I'm
Good
not.
God, Bobby, the Irish shit.
Well, wait a minute. Jewish lawyers and Jewish doctors are the best. I've been involved with both of them.
Absolutely devastated. Speaking of favorite, that's my favorite Jewish guy.
I thought this was.
He's not Jewish.
Oh,
Same
God.
guy, Mass. What are you doing?
Well,
Same guy. That's what the missing childhood years
But-
they talk about.
I believe Mazzy, and this is speaking highly of him, I guess.
Okay.
He was an astronaut in a past life.
Holy smokes.
And the feeling of being sent into outer space and the trauma on the body and all that atmosphere,
It takes a toll.
it came back to him while he was riding in a car. Rachel, do you remember that scene in Trains, Planes, and Automobiles
Yes.
where Steve Martin turns to John Candy as he's driving and he thinks he sees the devil? I think Mazzy went.
Mass,
okay,
is that accurate? In
Rachel,
any way?
remember those 1950s, 1960s movies when astronauts and people were taking off in spaceships, and you see them taking off and their faces are
Yeah,
going
that was
back?
you in my
Yeah.
car.
That's what it's like driving with Rob.
Wow.
You're a chicken shit.
How,
I'm just stating the fact,
Rachel, how can
Oh,
I
yeah.
He was the
Rachel,
brother.
how can I get the respect that I told a joke in a more kind of cerebral way and then Mazzy regurgitates it? after I did.
Massey's interpreting. That's a
Remember,
Maslowian interpretation.
Steve Jobs didn't invent the mobile phone or the mobile music device or the personal computer, but he made them all better.
Okay, interesting.
Okay,
spin on that.
how does that relate to you being a pain in the ass?
Okay, so anyway, here's the deal. So Rob, you're busy, you're doing other stuff. So Sue and I were talking. I said, I'm probably going to have to hire on a new wingman. Now we're not talking about.
Wait! I didn't get paid.
Well, hold on. That's beside the point. We're not going to pay the new guy either. But listen, or girl, we don't know yet. But I started to imagine all the various co-hosts we've had into a tier list and potentials. Like you could go an S tier, the very best. And Rob, make no mistake, you are an S tier, top, very best. You can't anywhere, wherever, whatever happens now, whatever the future will bring, we will never equal your brilliance, your sheer brilliance and quick takes.
Can I give you my nomination?
Okay, yeah, because this is a nice thing. Sometimes it's like a passing a baton. Rach, when Chris Squire passed away sadly for Yes, he went and got Billy Squires to actually replace him as his bass player. Go ahead, Rob. Who are we got? Sue, write this down.
I nominate one person, and all you have to pay them in is fish soup.
Fish soup.
And that's Yvonne, the music.
Yvonne, the music man?
About the fish. About the
I
fish.
think there's sometimes a
I
time.
love Yvonne, but I got to put him down at a C level. He's not an A tier or an S tier where you are.
You can move him up.
I don't know if I'll be able to develop listen, the kid, he's not exactly 17 years old, right? He's been you're not picking a bright young kid.
He has the brain of a 17-year-old.
He does have the brain of a 17-year-old. But we've had different people. Like you're an absolute A tier. But you know what? Our beloved little James, with the handicap and everything, he is for me. He's like not bottom tier. He's a C tier co-host. Like Bobby, where would you rank the co-host? Would you put him as a B tier, a C, and A, the puppet guy? Where would you put him?
He was a D to me.
So very.
I mean, he was.
Right.
I mean, when he was doing the puzzles and getting the puppets going and all of that, I mean, I felt really, really bad. I don't know why, but people like that, they just, I don't know.
Those people.
Okay, use people. Okay. Anyway, so that was what. So that was that tier. Rob, obviously, right up there. We were thinking of Johnny L. Johnny L is a potential. I put Johnny as a good B. He always comes.
Well, I think, to tell you the truth, I think Mazzy and Rob have been your best two, sidetrack guys or whatever you want to call them.
I call wingman. They're my wingman.
We're not wingmen.
You are my wingman.
You're A-listers.
Everybody else pales to these two guys.
Oh, wow. I don't know how to take praise from Bobby.
I almost did a spit take on that. That's so good, Bobby. Okay.
Well, facts are facts. I'm not a liar, right? Facts are facts, right?
Bobby.
I'm sure everybody would agree with me, although both of you have detractors that can't stand you.
Bobby, facts are not facts on this channel. Okay, so I'll leave it at that.
Well,
we'll have to get Edward back.
Coming from me, facts are facts.
Yeah. You're a trusting person. Yeah.
Holy smokes, Scott Wheeler, Hollywood effects extraordinaire. Scott Wheeler. Oh my God, wouldn't it be great to have a pro like him in? Okay, no, I'm booked through most of next year. Thank you, Adam Driver. Driver, you bastard! Quit taking my guy, my talent.
Adam Driver, literally his name shows you he's a better driver than Rob.
Okay, Renee Kerman. Kerman, okay, I love you, Renee. That's a great suggestion. What about Renee as a possible
no offense,
person?
Renee. I don't think, No.
Okay, unfortunately,
Renee, you're not quick enough, Renee.
Well, Renee also. Okay, hold on. So
hold on. Can I say something, Rachel?
Okay, Rob, please. I mean, you of all people, please.
Hey, Renee, I don't think Renee, I don't think it'll work out because this is not a clothing optional stream.
Okay, now here's the thing. Renee, Bobby, here's the problem. I love Renee, but Renee does have baggage. We had a little problem with the Holocaust a couple of years ago, and that really set his star, dimmed his star somewhat.
Well,
So-
Rachel,
Yeah, that's a bit of a deal breaker.
To go on your show, you got to be able to take shit and let it, fall off your back like a duck, right? Because you're going to get it.
Rachel, with all that Patreon money, you could afford to send Renee to one of those Hollywood rehabs. Rehab is all.
Well, where he learns to wear clothes?
Well, that'd be amazing. But here's the deal. So, okay, so let's do it. So Renee is not a D-lister. I put Renee at a solid C. And here's why. Because he's funny.
C minus.
C minus, Bobby? You're gonna, okay. Well, okay. I don't work with the plus minuses. I just do A, B, C, D. Okay. So you got to put them on an A, B, C, D. And don't worry. It doesn't, if you have to be cruel, you got to be cruel to be kind in the right measure.
Hey, tough love. I'm a firm believer in tough love.
All right. Attaboy. Okay. Mazzy, thoughts?
I don't know. I see some 4D man, no.
Mm.
Beetle Babe, yes, but I think Beetle Babe, people will dump on her, unfortunately.
She gets attacked too much.
And I'm a fan of Beetle Babe. I'm a fan. I would like her on more regularly. I don't think she should put herself through what you want people to do. Because whoever the B person is, a wingman, it gets ridiculed quite a bit. And you're right. Bobby's right. You have to be able to let it just fall.
You got to be a tough skin.
Hey, when was the last time a Raging Tomato showed up here? I'm curious.
She was on maybe a month or two ago. I was on Massey and I did her show the other day. How did your session go, Mass?
It was great because it wasn't political. It wasn't the manosphere. We kind of talked about that. It wasn't all those asshole bullshit things. It was maybe 45
what did you
minutes.
Get on? What was your
45
topic?
minutes, a pleasant evening, and that was it. It was like date night, and then you each go home to your separate places.
Is that on that special channel you got where nobody's allowed unless you pay money?
No. I wasn't on. I don't go behind on. Well, I think I went on Rachel's Patreon.
Well, you had a video up on my
Oh yes, I did. I made a video.
Hold on, Bobby. You guys are kind of crazy. Rob, go right ahead.
I have to leave. Maybe I'll log in on the road.
Okay. And if you find a likely hobo, a hitchhiker, tell them that there is a job opening.
Rachel,
you're aware.
Before I leave, can I do my impression of pulling over and finding one?
Okay, hold on. Before Rob goes, we got a quick. This is Rob driving pickup potential wingman for Rachel's Ghost on the show going forward. Go ahead, Rob. Let's go.
Old-fashioned car, Rachel.
Okay, he's gonna roll down the window. This is what's happening here.
Hey, hobo, would you like to be a star?
I love it. And the windows, Bobby, did you see what he done there? That's like with the rolling of the window. That's when a window goes down. Rob went down and he goes, "Hey, hobo," which is what you call somebody like that. Hey, hobo. Anyway, Rob, we love
Rachel,
you. Yes,
I had that experience. Do you want me to react the experience I had?
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let's go pick.
Because I do what I normally do. I went to the airport just randomly and I go, "Hey, old dude, you want to be a star?" And then Mazzy got in my car.
Yeah. Rob picked Kimbo and I up at LAX a couple weeks ago.
Holy smoke. Now, okay, here's a guy. See, Kimbo, everybody loves Kimbo. Now, Kimbo, if I could get Kimbo, I think Kimbo would be an excellent.
Kimbo's too busy.
Isn't there two Kimbos?
No.
There's Kimba.
Oh, Kim. Yeah.
If you put an A on it, it's a girl. If you put an O on it, it's a boy. And he's good looking. So, okay, there goes Rob. So, ladies and gentlemen, put your thinking caps on. Okay. Yeah, Beetle Babe would be great, but it wouldn't be an easy ride for her, sadly.
I think you need to find an unknown, a new unknown.
A new talent that I've got to find an unknown.
Yeah, you know how sometimes they, in Hollywood, they'll look for someone who's doesn't have any.
Yeah.
We're not pre.
Actually, you could have like Johnny Carson, a different guest, somebody special, every week to have him on or something like that. Like
guest sidekicks. Yeah.
Yeah, like Mark Kopersky,
Copernicus, yeah.
and there's all kinds of them that you could have like that, right? Even PB Saul, right? Patrick, he comes on occasionally.
Baby doll, yeah.
Much work for one.
It's a lot of work.
You can pick and choose from. I mean, you get over 100 people watching you, right? And I'm sure there's people out there that if you were to crack to them.
Well, there's who would be just excellent would be Putterman himself. Putterman was like legendary and very intelligent, and he could talk about
people in the gallery who criticize.
He's too busy with school now or something like that, isn't he? Doing a PhD.
Basically, life. He has a job. He's teaching.
He's living life. Yeah,
good for him. It's not as easy as people think. You can hang out, you can be ridiculed, but you got to be able to kind of hit back and respond back and just be on top of it and not take it personally, Jen,
I rank as a solid B. Great conversationalist and very knowledgeable on a variety of topics, has a lot of fun, and she's female, which is rare in the vinyl community. A real girl, guys love that. But because of the controversy as a figure, she's a divisive figure, unfortunately. Polarizing figure, that's the word.
What about Simon?
What about Scotty?
Simon's not too bad. Simon's not too bad an idea. He's laid back, but again, I put him as a B tier.
And the time difference in the UK.
That is difficult for him.
What's the truck driver's name? I like him when he comes on, right?
Marty. Okay. He's his own, he's
Marty. Marty's good. Marty's solid, but again, I put Marty as a solid B. You want somebody that or like Rob is an A because he's entered. DJ Bono Vertigo. I put DJ as on B level. I put DJ as a B. Rob,
maybe you could get a B and work them up to be
work their talent. But I mean, we may have to settle for a B. But if we're going to tag him on, Tommy's also Proud Rock Tommy.
Remember when Conan was chosen and he first started? His first couple of weeks were like
Dickey.
Terrible.
Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, Alex Dickey is an A tier. He's an A tier, whether you like him or not. He's got a life,
and he doesn't have the time.
He doesn't have the time, and this program annoys him no end. Not me. He loves me, but
he's annoying to some of them.
I know, to some people. He's polarizing too. Some people don't like him.
It's not a question of dislike. It's, to me.
No, Eddie Perez hates him.
Well, yeah, some people do. I understand that. He's just an ass kisser to me, right? Always. Yeah, and trying to.
Do you know what? Do you know who's an A tier? This guy right here. That's the top tier. Rob. You got to get a guy that's idiosyncratic, that's fun, that they've got their own vibe, their own way to rock, and they bring that. So they're entertaining in their own right. So they bring their own little clout, like the Wax does. That's why these are.
What am I? A, B, C, or D?
Oh, you're a B guy. No, hold on. Don't try.
One of my favorite people is Reverend Rock and Rollin' is one of my favorite people on the Vine. I wish he would do videos.
I think Dickey is there. Dickey could be an A.
The Rev would not be good because he's a star. You can't bring a star to do like a wingman thing.
Well, I know. I call it wingman only because the gratuitous needs of my massive ego require all that big stardom. But this is what I'm saying, Bobby, you're great, but you're a B tier guy. Scotty, you're B tier, and Scotty and anybody, by the way, Edward's wondering, well, what am I? Edward, you're a C tier, and you're a C tier because we never get to know what you're really like because your feed is usually just atrocious. Get a Starlink. You're in Texas. Get a Starlink, and that'll possibly help your reception issues. But V is a solid thing. Alex Dickey is a weasel, but he's my weasel.
Eddie.
He's my weasel. Tokyo Bryant.
The time difference with the Japanese, the Australians, even the Brits is not doesn't work with
Tokyo
with-
Brian is a solid B level guy. I like Brian. And I think Brian's good in the medium, but Brian is very ambitious. So I don't think he'd be happy being content as my number 2.
being second fiddle. No.
Yeah, he would have a hard time playing second
Brian's
fiddle.
a little too sensitive. I remember that beep he had with
Yeah, but we can use that to our advantage for a showdown entertainment purposes.
Well,
Not every day.
true.
Like, but possibly on every day, it could be difficult for the fandom. Here's the other one, like Mad City Vinyl, and my friend Peter. I love Peter, but Peter's clinically insane. And so that could work against him because he'll freak out and start going rabid on the people watching.
You know,
That could be a problem.
actually, Jose is a good idea. I think he'd be great, but he's got a life, a family or wife, and he's got a business. I like Jose because he doesn't take any shit. He just says whatever he feels like.
Jose's a good solid B level guy.
I think he's a B. I think he's like a B plus.
Okay, well, that's very high praise.
He could be an A.
High
He doesn't
praise.
give a shit.
Well, we work on that. Thanks, Rachel. I need
What about-
whiskey
what
before
about
that could
Jason?
be that could move you right in.
What about Jason?
Jason's good. Jason, I put as a solid B as well. But you know why? Because he's more on the quiet side. He's kind of an introverted person.
Chance would be a good one. I would think. I like Chance.
Chance has his own thing.
Chance is good
No, I
too.
know, but we're talking about occasional guests. You know, like maybe once a month.
Rachel needs a regular. Rachel needs a regular.
Yeah, we gotta. Somebody's got to commit. We need that commitment variable. I like Chance. Chance again is solid B guy.
You need someone who's either retired or unemployable.
Yeah, either or.
Both counts.
But this okay. There's okay. Pumping vinyl. I think William, if he could have gotten over his psychosis, he's a good B guy. He's interesting enough. But he is also he wants to be the
if you took
top guy.
Six Beatle out of the mall piano playing, maybe that might be one. Or what about Psychedelic Dave?
Dave Psycho, or what is he? What's his handle?
The single guy who's never going to get
Dave. Dave the pickup artist.
What a name! What a self-congratulatory
Dave the
name.
pickup artist. Yeah. Well, I think Dave's funny. I think he could.
I think he's on this. I think he's
a solid. He's another B tier guy. Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, Rob is your A tier. So if you want to be an A tier, you're basically telling me you've got the entertainment pack that the Wax is bringing to the table. And I see very few people that can bring or do what Rob could do. Mazzy, you're an A tier guy. You can talk about anything. You come up, I throw something at you, you make something out of it. It works every time.
It's easy to make shit up. If you don't know it, you just make shit up. That's the key.
But yeah, but you got to be charming in doing so. A little bit of je ne sais quoi. That's that.
I could never be a permanent second fiddle to you, Rachel.
Correct. Absolutely right. And that's why I wouldn't ask you. Jimmy Barnes, I love Jamie. Now, Jamie from the English scene, very strong B for Jamie. I like Jamie a lot. I think Jamie underrates his own appeal a little bit. Because he says, well, Rachel, I believe this, and he'll play with anything. A lot of drama over with Jamie, unfortunately. It could alienate some other individuals that aren't there. Yeah. Eddie, perfect. Eddie, solid B class talent right there. Eddie knows a lot. He's got the poster thing going. He's got the movie thing going. He's got the music thing going. So, he scores on a number of variables. I'm not surprised my joke has been routinely ignored or roundly ignored. It was the shits. Whatever addition's going on, I failed at. No, you're doing good, Chave. Yeah, we're talking, Wyoming Dave, we're talking about getting a new sidekick. We're looking for a talent. We're brainstorming it because Rob, if you've noticed, he's just busy. He's out going to the fair. He pops in for a little bit. We see him. We're always thankful for it. It's always great.
He has his own successful show.
He has his own successful
He's got the jazz bums.
And he hasn't come back either, like you said he would.
We just left. I mean,
he'll come back later. It's going to take a while, Bobby. I don't know. Well, are you smoking? Because that can make a time plays tricks
He's a
on
busy
you.
boy. He's a busy boy.
He's a busy guy. Okay. Okay. Did Sue say there's drama around me? It follows me like a bad smell. Poor Java. But there's somebody. Oh, you know who's an A tier? Rob Walker. Let the music play. Rob Walker's an A tier guy. Yeah. You know why? And here's why, because he's so droll and he always brings it. There's always fire. People and the views are always good when Rob.
Yeah, but you got to get him to look at the camera, not look up everywhere else.
Yeah, therein lies part of the appeal. He's quieter. He's quieter, but he's an A. I just love the guy. He's an A tier guy. Alex Dickey's A tier. Rob Walker's A tier. But can you imagine the kind of money I'd have to pay those type of talents?
And also, you have the 8-hour time difference is not always good.
Oh, you know who would be an A tier for me? Would be Mikey Arugula. But he's got his own life. He's a Beatles guy, collects all the Beatles stuff. So there'd be a Beatles item of the day. We could show a Beatles thing every day, something like that. Definitely an A tier guy. High energy too. High energy. So that's there. Okay. Maybe public bear. Yeah. So Jen, we get Jen on Monday. Tomorrow we're going to have Jen on the Patreon.
Not necessarily.
But
Danny after dark tomorrow.
Danny, well, we got a special guest coming tomorrow, actually. Hang on, watch me do the microphone. The children are starting to say this is one of the greatest things. Do a promo spot. Go ahead, Sue. Promo it. Promo it.
No.
Promo it. It's
Jeez, tomorrow on Patreon. Hey, everybody, our Patreon Monday Pop Boiler Show. We're going to have our special guest, Danny After Dark. And she's into the true crime. She goes to like the courthouses and watches cases and follows things. And it'll be really fun. So, yeah, there you go.
All right. Thank you so much. An incredible promotional spot. You'll never get Mikey Arugula to commit to every show. I know. That's why we can't do it. I can step back for Danny this week. Well, we're going to have Danny. You can come up and join us too and talk and hang out. I don't want to put all the pressure on Dan. We just want to promote her and talk about some true crime stuff with her. Just keep it different and interesting. Okay. You need someone, Rach, who hates the Beatles. That would be entertaining. Someone who hates the Beatles. Well, there's a lot of you out there. We got a lot of people who hate the Beatles.
I don't think there's anybody out there that hates the Beatles. They might be tired of them and not think they're great or whatever, but hate the Beatles, I don't think.
We do have a few. We do have, like Matthew Petty. I don't think he likes them. Anyone but Walker goes Joel. Do you know what's funny? And we have somebody, who would be wonderful if Loki is so smart, Loki Teo, if we could ever get him on camera, I think he would be excellent. Oh, VU Meters, my friend Rich. VU Meters. He's working too much, but he's an A guy because he's so funny and he's quick-witted. And even Johnny got mad at him. Johnny L was really getting livid with VU Meters. VU Meters had a way of playing with him. Yeah. Eddie Perez, please send the A-tier link. Here it is. It's been sent out. There it goes to Rob. Here we go. Okay. He's in a car.
I just passed a guy who's like screaming at the sky. I thought he might be good.
Holy shit. A guy screaming at the sky. Well, that's kind of a little bit of what I do. So whoever we get, we don't want him to take away from my kind of thunder here on the old Rachel's Ghost program.
Did you cut him off?
Rachel, this is like an investigative report that I'm doing right now.
Okay, interesting.
Do you want to see the scene of the assault, I will call it?
Okay, what happened?
Hold on.
Okay, careful. Don't crash, whatever you do. Oh, this is intense.
Right there.
Please be patient.
I made it reverse. Hold on.
Hold on. Okay, just be patient.
Right there.
Okay, it happened in the passenger seat.
Yeah. Mazzy was molested by that chair.
Oh my God. Holy. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have joining the cast B tier superstar, our own DJ Vital Virgo Scotty.
BBB representing.
How you doing, B tier star?
I'm doing okay.
Tears, right? Beat tear.
Are we hurting too many feelings?
Nobody's feelings are. Well, here's the deal. There's one A-tier guy, really. It's the Wax. There's big shoes to fill. He's a tall drink of water. But Scotty, here's something really interesting to me. You were
What's that?
talking. You were Roberta Flack. When you saw her, when you're doing your documentary on her, is it true that Don McLean wrote the song "Killing Me Softly" with her song? That she wrote that about Don McLean. She went into a bar to see Don McLean perform that his own music, and then she came up with "Killing Me Softly." With
Lori Lieberman, she wrote it. Yeah.
Yeah. Did that Lori happen to Lori, and that her inspiration for it was seeing Don McLean?
Yes. Yeah, I think she was going through a breakup or something like that. And she just went to get out of her head, and she went to see his show, and she was sitting in the back, and she said he was speaking for her, the songs.
It's nice when you have an apocryphal story that turns out to be true, because it's such a great story that you want it to be.
Hey, Rachel.
Yes,
Mhm.
Rob.
I wrote. I don't know if it's a parody, but I wrote a version of "Killing Me Softly." You want to hear it?
Okay, I'm kind of curious. Scotty, here we go. You love music. It's Rob with his version of "Killing Me Softly."
You got to sing it. You got to sing it.
Here he goes.
Yeah. Killing Mazzy with my driving.
Mazzy, that's shocking for Maz.
That's lame.
I'm out of here.
All right, you're hurting Mazzy again. Mazzy is just okay. He's back. Holy smokes! Bless you, Sue. Anyway, so we're
Rachel.
Yeah. Yes, Rob.
Rachel.
Yes.
He got into my car. I didn't ask him to come.
That's one of the greatest of all time.
Killing
Okay.
Mazzy.
I'm going to split, guys.
I got to
Whoa.
go this way. I can't see. Okay, there we go.
I'm
Okay,
mad
you
at
go
you.
vertical. Go on the vertical.
Now I
Don't
can see.
her yet. You got to see comments. Bobby, we love you. Thanks for being here. Canada proud, Bobby Gas.
Later.
Theo. Okay, there you go.
Hey, Rachel.
Yes, Rob.
So I would have a device where I can watch things I want to watch, and I was watching
It's called
the
television.
NCAA. I was watching the NCAA tournament, but I was watching it on the Sporting Network, which is like the Canadian ESPN.
Yes.
So all the commercials are the Canadian commercials. And
Yes.
it was
How
like
did they
Bizarro
go?
America.
It's
It's
like
that-
Bizarro America.
Yeah, it's like that Harvey's is like the Canadian McDonald's. Am I wrong?
We got
about that?
Harvey's.
Arby's.
Harvey's is
And then
like is Canadian Arby's.
How many fucking tire stores are there in Canada?
We got
How
a
many
few.
different tire stores?
We got a
Well, they
Firestone.
have all
we
those
got Canadian
potholes.
Tire. We got Cal
There's-
Tire.
yeah, but
we
there's
got
Like
OK
Seattle.
Tire.
Yeah,
The
there-
further north you go
all-
with the weather, you get more potholes.
And then, Rachel, the commercials were either for Harvey's, some sort of tire company, and
Yes.
then there were two different, I guess, government-sponsored ad
We get a lot of
campaigns.
government because we're all socialists up here, so the government's
Yeah, no. These are government-sponsored ad campaigns to promote like Canadian-made.
Yes.
Like, and then kind of enlist people to pick up a trade.
Yes.
Like be a Canadian trade person.
Yes. Do you want to see what? Here's a typical example of a Canadian made in Canada commercial. Hello, I am Shati. Come Canada and buy our beautiful Canadian product. And then we buy A from us. A. So that is very typical for us up here. Come and see the wonderful woman
All
of
right.
Canada.
Can I do one of the Harvey commercials where come in and try our new poutine now covered in pickles, fried pickles and regular pickles.
Yes. Holy so does that make you want to have some poutine right now?
I think
Holy
Rob is
shit, that is adorable.
auditioning. I think Rob is auditioning to get back on your sidekick.
Yeah, I want to be the new Rob, Rachel.
Oh my God, Rob! No,
Rob 2, Rob 2.0.
Here's the deal. This is
Hey,
a problem.
Rachel.
Though. Yeah.
Rachel, do you ever hear like when someone loses a limb and they have ghost pains? You know
Oh
that?
yeah, I've heard of that.
Like
Yeah, I've heard of that.
right, like
Amputees
right
get
now
that.
I'm having a ghost pain in the neck with the Mazzy that is sitting right there next to me.
Holy smokes, Maz. That is crazy. Rob, have you ever considered creating a posse like Mazzy's got? He's actually turning all his pals into servants. So he's got Joey Callio. He's got
I drive.
Dave, Coffee
Joey
Dave,
Joey
and he's
serves
got
him
Kimbo.
coffee and wine.
And they do odd jobs around his house now.
Well, you know who actually I believe is
Who,
his.
who irons
you
your
know-
clothes, Matthew? Who irons your clothes?
Yeah, well,
I
it's
don't iron
Kimbo. Kimbo is Mazzy's Alfred.
Kimbo, bring out the Batmobile. All right.
Oh my God. So here, this is the whole deal, man. We're looking for a replacement. Hey, Pat, you'd be a good solid B guy. I think you'd be a good solid B tier guy.
Rachel,
I think
Rachel,
with proper
do you
training.
need
Yes, Rob.
do you need someone shouting out every 5 seconds? I think there's a fire somewhere. Do you need that?
Well, not necessarily that, Rob, but Captain Spaulding. Captain Spaulding's good, but I worry about the health variable. He does lie down on the job a fair bit. I need somebody generally erect, like Massey.
Excuse me?
You heard me. You
That's a good
senior-
Cialis commercial.
Oh, you know another? Yeah, poor Renee. You know another guy I'd love to get. Here's an A tier guy, Mike Esposito. Why? Whoa, what's going on? What's he do? He's just got a store to run or something. You bring him over and you set him down. Angelo Kelly would be an A tier guy.
He's got a store. He's got a newish girlfriend.
Okay, this is controversial. This is my next selection. Could be controversial, but he is an A guy. I feel he's an A guy. Michael 45. Yeah. Rachel, there's problems with the low fidelity. And I go, what the hell's going on? There would be a controversial topic each and every episode.
I think Alex from Beer and Vinyl. I mean, I think he's only been once or twice with you, but
he's good, but he's his own thing. I don't think.
Yeah.
It's hard to, yeah.
I don't think he would
these
blend well. I like Alex. I met him. I don't think he'd blend well with Rachel on a regular thing.
yeah,
I like him.
he's
Hey,
got the
Rachel,
energy.
Rachel,
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
He
Rob.
does.
Rachel, this is going to be quite unusual coming from me.
Okay.
But did you ever think of looking east, way east?
Going east, far east. Are you talking about
Far
the
east.
Philippines? Where, like, if I, oh, are you,
Who?
wait a sec. Are you
Who?
talking about Japan? Are you talking about rice patties?
Hey, talk about someone with zero personality and who's desperate to be relevant.
Yeah. Oh my God! You
Well,
know,
that's
I
a lot
like
of people.
Fithin's still mad at me when I was slandered by the Angel of Light. When that whole thing blew up, with my boy bomb, Fithin's never forgiven me. So I'm in Fithin's bad books. He sees.
I
me
love
as
him, but he's a little too jaded for me. But
What
I
about
love
the
him. Man.
The Canadian stud muffin. That's a good choice.
I love Larry Graves, but Larry, I mean, he's a big guy in his own. He's an A tier guy. He's so interesting.
But that,
in and
Rachel-
of himself. Yeah.
Rachel, you put a squash because doesn't Larry Graves have a health issue?
He's got health issues as well. Spalding's good, but like I say, Spalding lies down. Okay, Thor would be cool. Thor's a solid B guy. Always but again, narrow lane. And Thor is fun because he won't understand what you guys are saying to him, and he'll see all your comments, and not
The American
one of them
jokes
will be allowed to slip
The American
by.
humor doesn't translate to certain countries.
It doesn't translate for Thor in every instance.
Yeah.
But we do have some great personalities out there. Oh, you know who I'd love and I miss him so dearly is an A guy, is an A tier. It would be the blues guy Vinyl from Calgary, Alberta. Canada.
I
Yeah.
miss him. I miss him, but I think he's too polite for your show.
He hung it up.
Hey,
He hung it up.
Rachel,
Yeah.
I think the answer is staring you right in the face. The answer is staring you in the face. Do you know what I mean by that? No, not that
No.
face.
Okay, not this face. Wrong face. Okay,
He's not talking about me.
go ahead, Rob.
He
that
can't
guy
do that
from Vegas.
because Scotty's an American, and Trump ended the whole DEI program, so he can't bring on Scotty.
Well, I think,
Well,
yeah,
I've broken
hold
through
on.
that.
I wish,
yeah,
You
that's-
should. You
I've been
should.
grandfathered it.
Scotty, I wish I
Yeah.
ended Mazzy with my driving before he could make that stupid comment. But, Rachel,
Yeah, Rob.
Rachel, Spinning
Yeah.
Bobby. What about Spinning Bobby?
Oh, Spinning Bobby. Are
Who's
you
that?
talking about the legend that is Bobby Gasser, Spinning Bobby? Spitting Bobby. Spitting
No, that
Bobby
guy
from
from-
Chicago, from Vegas.
The Vegas,
Bobby Spitting
the Vegas
Records?
guy.
Spitting
Yes.
Bobby. Yeah. You know what? I would think it's probably second. Oh, Rachel's avatar.
You know,
Yes.
okay, I got
Okay, go.
someone. He doesn't really have the humor you have, and the thing is, it'll get him up from 4 views per video,
Yeah.
and that's ranking the obscure.
Ian Rankin the Obscure. Ian's a nice guy. I like Ian, but Ian's
He's a
sensitive.
very nice guy. He doesn't know the sense. He doesn't get the
It's
American sense.
sensitivity.
Hey,
You
Ray-
got to have some. Yes, Rob.
Rachel, I got it. And the
Okay.
only way I can suggest it is by doing my version of him.
All right, let's go. Let's take a look at this, ladies and gentlemen. We're so blessed to have Rob here. This is really the one that broke the mold for all of this entertainment. He's a little
Okay,
sideways.
can I?
Okay, you're
I-
fixed
is it
up
letting-
now. Careful, Rob.
Okay.
You're driving.
Rachel, the Hollies are the best group ever.
Yes, absolutely. Now
Thank
that
you.
guy, okay, that is a solid B tier guy to me. And again, you're dealing with B tier guys. I mean,
Hey,
we do have a few. Dickie, if I could get Dickie roped in, that would be incredible. Okay, Mass, what are we looking at? Christmas album?
this is a Hollies record
Yes.
for Rob.
Oh.
This
It is?
What's the name of this one? I always forget
Fuck,
the name.
Rachel,
Romany.
fuck that record.
Romany. I love the Hollies. Hollies good band. This is after Graham Nash left,
Yes.
but great band.
They got Sylvester.
Matthew, you're giving
Terry
Rob Tourette's.
Terry
Hey,
Sylvester
Rachel,
on the Epic
Rachel,
label.
I'm itching. I'm itching for a 3rd-tier obscure Hollies record. Can someone show one?
Holy smokes. I got it like an 8 tier for them. Hey, Dave, I should mention this, but I don't think Spittin' Bobby is a fan. Don't be saying that. Spittin' Bobby's a fan. I love one of the best things Rob I ever did. I got Rob involved with it when we did the smoking, because Bobby had created a video about smoking, showing albums of smoking on it. And he goes, it wouldn't hurt you to do my thread, Rachel, challenging me. I said, Bobby, you don't want me to do this. If I do your smoking record thread, you will regret it. He goes, try me. I go, okay, Bobby. And then I did it. It became a big hit. That's where we did the thing. Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. That was Rob's line. Incredible acting. And that thing went viral. And Spittin' Bobby was so mad. And then he didn't come on the show anymore. And he ended up, the last I heard, he was in a rice paddy, but he did message me on email a couple of times. Go, hey, Rach, how you doing and everything? So I said, hey, it's good, Spittin' Bobby. I love you. Vinyl Richie is an A tier. Richie is an A tier.
One of my very favorites.
Okay.
Yeah, he'd be good. He'd actually be very good.
Okay, but now here's
Rachel,
the problem.
Rachel,
There's a bit of a
I would
problem.
not
Yes, Rob.
I would not pass the baton to him.
I would vote for Vinyl Richie.
Okay,
But he
this
wouldn't
is
do
a
it.
Well, you don't have-
controversial pick.
Norman, you don't have a vote, so give up.
Why don't I have a vote, Rob?
His vote has been removed by Rob.
This is Rachel. I don't have a vote. This is Rachel's channel. She does what she wants to do.
Well,
It's a
then
great-
what you're saying is no one has a vote except for Rachel.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, obviously, whoever we get's got to have Rob
Well,
approval rating.
But you need
Okay,
to
clearly, that should be a given. You don't want to replace Ed McMahon with Andy White or somebody, or Randy Richter, and they go, "Ah, I miss. You are correct, sir." For the Andy Richter technique. So you got to have somebody with their own vibe. Okay, Spittin' Bobby is incredible. There's so much history on this program. Scotty Dog is great. Scotty Dog, he's a strong B tier guy, and he brings in a talent. This is what I like. If you've got a special talent, Scotty, this is why it helps you. You're probably
Right,
more
well,
of
hold on,
a
Rachel.
B plus because
Here-
you can
here's
sing
where
and you
I
can
have
do
a-
some music.
No,
Yeah,
but
go ahead, Rob.
Here's what
We
you talk about
incorporate
people
those
that
extra
maybe
talents.
that were barely on this channel for one stream.
Oh.
Okay, we got a problem. Viewer question off topic. Could one of the panel explain how PB Tall gets away with streaming music without copyright issues? Oh, you know who also does it? Grants Rock Warehouse.
You're allowed. Okay, there's a lot of
I-
music you can play. Here's the thing with YouTube: you can play a lot of music.
I
but
know
there
I know
are-
the answer, not the blowhard Mazzy answer.
There
I
are
know
a
the
lot
answer.
of there are a lot of artists that you can't use. Beatles, Dylan, but you can play a lot. What happens is, like sometimes Patrick's stream has closed down because he's playing something you can play. You can just play it.
Yeah.
You can't monetize if you play someone else's music. Like if I use other people's music,
Yeah.
Okay.
any monetization goes to the rights holder, not to the YouTube creator. So it can happen.
Rachel, do you want to hear the right? Do you want to hear the right answer or the blowhard? What
I want
I am
both.
now calling the Mazzy's substitute teacher response. That's what
All
that
right,
was.
so let's do
I
substitute
can give you the
teacher
real
and
answer.
then go for the killer.
All right, here's the real answer. When Patrick is playing music, everyone on screen is talking over it. Generally.
Well, there's that too.
So I think that's
Yeah.
how he gets away with most of his streams not being taken out, and that Patrick has said that. So I believe.
Well,
that's the
Steve
reason.
Snee's done well
There's-
with his show, right? With his Shaq.
Yeah, but he does something to stop that from happening. So what
Yeah.
he'll do
He's
is he'll split
pre-taped
up his
too.
live
He's
stream.
pre-taped. I don't know. There's a
No. The thing he does is pre-taped, but it's still the music. He talks over it, but he also breaks it up into shorter parts.
Segments.
He usually does 2 parts to his live.
Yeah, I think also Grants Rock Warehouse does the same technique. He breaks his up a bit like that too to make it work. But there is a
But he
huge
talks
backstory with
over.
this program. Yeah, we got a lot. I mean, there's been a lot of people come through. We've had a few people take the chair, right? The wingman, the co-pilot seat to make things go, and but we're just looking, we're just spitballing here. I just thought with Rob being so busy, we need somebody that's available each and every episode. Rachel's goes that are really giving themselves to the program, and there's so much talent in this final community, untapped talent that we can take and incorporate into the program.
You know what you should do whenever Rob's not available? Have a cutout. Have a cutout of Rob, and somebody just sits in for him, just speaks for him.
Somebody comes in, yeah, but here's where the problem.
I could
am
do that.
not.
Okay.
Rachel,
A lot
what
of
is usually the
potential
disclaimer?
problems.
Not
I
a
have
puppet.
not authorized the use of my likeness.
His likeness is not authorized for you. Can you imagine we could have all sorts of trouble if Dave, the pickup artist, came on camera that day and he'd go, "Oh, I went shopping. I found myself under a bus."
No, Rob
Yeah,
would have
Rachel.
to approve. Rob would have to approve every impersonator.
Rachel, you know what would happen if you had Dave come up as your co-host?
Go ahead.
All the food in the green room would be just devoured.
All the food, it would be, and of course, and the jelly babies, the little jelly beans, they'd all be. Oh, there's like lemon on the bread one, and the greens that got sticky. They're all sticky. What? They're all sticky.
Rachel, I believe that, I don't know if this is true, but I have a belief that Dave has been banned from every buffet in the tri-state area.
Every buffet possibly going. Is the next Wingman willing to bring Puzzle Time back? I think Puzzle Time, listen, Puzzle Time, full
What is
disclosure.
that?
It's
Okay.
the worst thing ever.
Okay, but there was.
I must have missed that.
Good.
Puzzle
It's
Time.
basically he's putting a puzzle together.
Well, because what happens is that my friend, before we had Rob on, my former co-host, he was a great guy, but he was mentally retarded. Because of that, he didn't like if we talk about records and stuff, you could see he didn't understand or wouldn't like it. Like one of our best episodes with him was when he discovered he could get out to the mailbox by himself. It was touch and go, admittedly, but he got out to the mailbox and he was able to get his mail. It took him a while. I think it was a two-part episode because there was a return to the mailbox because he couldn't get it open the first trip. Go ahead, Rob.
Hey, I'm the guy right below me. What's wrong with him?
I'm here to be moderately entertaining.
You're again solid B class.
Yeah, if you answer these next three questions, Marty, correctly, you could be the next co-host. Do you want to answer that?
Is this for Walking Dead? How many zombies have you killed? Things like that.
Give me the questions, Rob.
All right, Rob,
I don't know if I want to take the job.
Have you ever had a job where one of the boss people or owners pulled a gun on you?
Let me think. Almost, maybe. Yeah, I've had a lot of different jobs.
Was it related to the fact that the gun was held to your head in order that you had to reveal your sister's panties in exchange in order to kind of cause the situation not to escalate?
Not as far as you know.
That is a true story. This happened with my erstwhile co-host, Wingman James. He was out there and he went to one of them army surplus stores and the guy pulled a gun on him, held it to his head. So he's got the gun and he goes, "Get me your sister's panties or you're dead." He went away, says, "Oh God, no." He went into his car, drove home, grabbed the panties, went back, brought them up, and reinserted his head to the gun and go, "No, I got the panties for you." So, true story, it really did go down. Rob, you're in the camera. You got to be a real Rob. You're not a camera Rob right now. Is it my Rob? I can't catch up unless it's really you. Because people could take advantage of this. I have to be careful, Rob. He's not in camera mode. Okay, so then the other question, there was all sorts of goings on. Are you having an arrest profile? Are you solid? Were you ever involved with?
No, in fact, yesterday.
Yes.
Well, I don't know if I should say that. I went to the firearms store and had to do a background check. So I'm good to go. I had to do a real extensive background check when I got my hazardous material license. So actually, when I go through the airport customs and stuff like that, I fly right through. It's great. I'm not controversial at all, Rachel. So you know that.
No, you're not a controversial, but there is one. Of course, we were talking about Tokyo Brian. Yeah, could you take? Yeah, well, he's just going California, Baja California.
Oh no, I'm going all the way.
You're going to cut it right in half. You're going to go all the way to the tip of Baja.
You know it. Leave 2 weeks from yesterday. I'm really excited.
Because Baja is like half of it is like California, and then the bottom tail of it is Mexico territory.
No, it's all Mexico.
Are you able to bring? I thought part of it was California. No. Part of Baja belonged to California.
Maybe no. It's all.
I think if you look at it, there's a border there. Okay.
No.
Okay. Well, let's do this. So, are you allowed to bring a firearm across the border in Mexico?
Hell no. I can't even bring a pocket knife.
Oh. Right. So when you're there, you can buy one there.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'll probably get an AK-47 while I'm there.
We don't need those things.
Yeah.
Okay. So puzzle time was brought in because James, he'd get bored with everything. So I said, hey, James, would you like, he likes doing puzzles. I said, would you like to do a puzzle on camera and we could film you putting the puzzle together?
To be fair, you were ready to give up on the show.
I was pretty much, yeah. The show, I was not happy. Things were dying.
That's not a good sign. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and there it is. Scott's there with the definitive answer. Baja is all Mexico. Thank you. But there is Baja California, I thought.
That is Mexico. Yeah, it's called Baja California.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
you know, I'm Canadian. What do I know?
It's all good.
Okay, so here's the deal. So then he would do the puzzle, but what was funny about the puzzle is it was a kind of a puzzle where you didn't have to move the pieces around to see how they fit. They were just there and you just move them in. It was kind of a simple puzzle. So Rob did, and they would be maybe 20 pieces or so in the puzzle as he put them together. So it was called Puzzle Time.
Oh my God.
I was thinking on
Sounds
our
like
video.
romper room or something.
Yeah, it was like romper. If we had one of those bouncy balls, I would have incorporated.
I see you in my doobie mirror.
Oh yeah, Doobie. Yeah, good Doobie. Oh yeah. Then he loved puppets. So that's when the puppet was.
It's sounding more and more like romper room or Mr. Rogers or something.
It
That
totally
was
is.
crazy, man.
And that's when Rachel started talking like a kindergarten teacher.
Yes, when it began.
Ah,
Yeah.
Hey.
That started with me on love.
that's where that
Yeah.
came from, huh?
Yeah, you dodged a bullet there, Beetle Babe. Had you done Puzzle Time on your program, it would have been compared to the one and only, the original Puzzle Time. So we've had different people come in and, sit next to the host on almost on a daily basis. That would be kind of, the number one, because there would be different people. One guy got so mad, he became the person that we do not name on the program. He requested I never be named again. I go, we will honor that. So for this day, ever since that, we go, you are he who shall not be named. And that is an individual. I think rumor had it that he showed up on Rob's in the Peanut Gallery and Rob's show a week or two ago. Someone was telling me, because Sue goes, is that the he who shall not be? I go, yeah, that's him. All right. Holy smokes.
Hey, can I throw a record?
You guys did mention 4D already, right?
4D's been mentioned. I consider him an A tier myself because he's got the. Okay, hold on. Hold
That's
on.
the best response Marty's ever done.
Hold
Marty's
on.
like the nicest guy. So for him to respond like that, that's perfect. I love
Okay,
it.
I
I
find
love
that
you more than
interesting.
ever, Marty.
Thank
right.
you.
Now, Mousy, 4D, you're not a 4D guy?
No, I'm fine with 4D.
He's
but
okay.
4D, you're probably watching. I like 4D,
Yeah.
but I know there's a certain thing about 4D that
Here's what he brings. He brings the incense. He brings the movie knowledge.
He's a
and
smart
He brings
got the
angst. He brings
poster.
angst.
yeah. I mean, he's
Little
one of
bit.
those. He's one of those cultists like you, Rachel. So
Yes.
that's what you got to laugh at.
Hey,
that.
Bill.
Oh, Ruth Ann. Now, Ruth Ann.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Okay.
He
That's
cussed.
that.
No, that would be my last viewing.
Really, Scotty?
Sorry,
Ruth Ann,
no.
That is a bridge too
No.
far.
Yeah,
Okay, we got so much.
that would
going
not
on.
work. That does
Okay,
not
let
compute.
Marty, let's let
Panel.
Marty.
I did
let
not
Marty
want to
show
generate
record.
all these rash emotions. Now, Marty, your response was, "Huh? Are you telling me
Eddie.
your team Tokyo Brian over and above 40? Remember they had their thing, but you are actually Team Brian when it comes to the 4D mix.
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Yes,
Holy
I'm all Brian all the time.
Okay, what happened with 4D? Wherein lies the rub?
4D's
Where's
fine.
the rub?
4D's fine. I don't have any problem with 4D. I had some interaction with him when he first came on the scene, and he's just I don't know. He's a little bit too. He's a little too. He's a little
You mean
too
his
cocky
coffee
for
Julie
me.
Less Life? comment?
He's,
Yeah.
he's on the angry side.
Go that way. They give that
I don't see him as
that
angry.
air of
He's-
Yeah, I do.
Eddie, you're again solid B.
I
You
think
got
he's-
the
I think
posters,
he's
you got
smug.
the movies, you got the movie.
There is
you
that.
got the movies.
Yeah.
Anyone a solid B is in the running.
Anybody is solid B.
I should get a B plus because I also have dogs.
And people, well, for
There you
Sue,
go.
that gets a Sue vote. But here's the
He
deal.
needs to walk outside at least 2
But
hours a day.
it's whoever we end up, and who's to say we're going to get anybody? But if it happens, Eddie, who would you like to see? Who in your perfect dream world you go, gosh, Rach, every time this fill in the blank comes on your show, I am in for the long haul on this episode.
You know, I'm gonna have to go with the OG, the Wax.
Okay, well, Rob, but again, Rob is the whole crux.
He's the reason why she's talking
He's
about this.
the reason this is happening. Rob has started to find his wings. He's becoming a big star in his own right. His own channel is flourishing. He's doing great numbers.
Would you say he's slumming it here,
He's
Rachel?
no longer, you know
in?
this, Eddie. He's no longer Robin the Boy Wonder. He's Nightwing. He's all but he's a superhero in his own mind, in his own way. Now,
I don't need no stinking Batman.
Yeah. So who other than Rob would you think? Like some of the people that you go?
Mazzy.
Yeah, Mazzy we could, but it would cost a lot. We get him a lot.
Mazzy brings in extra gas. All of a sudden, Coffee Dave pops up.
Yeah, we do love Coffee.
Yeah.
Dave. Coffee Julie.
I thought of somebody. I don't know if you're talking about Steve Carlson.
Steve Carlson, legend. Absolutely wonderful guy.
Yeah, but pool season.
He already has something going on, though. He does something with somebody else.
First of all, he's
very busy.
He's going to be moving.
I like Steve, but he's got his own vibe.
Yeah, and
he has another show. He does another
he's
show.
Moving and pool season's happening. So
what about? Here's one. What about the? He's a super nice guy. He's a male nurse, and he's Cosmic Brian. Cosmic Brian.
I think he's too busy, but I like Cosmic Brian.
Yeah.
I like it. You know, okay.
He's a little crazy.
I have an out of the box.
I think he'd bring a lot of vocabulary to the show.
I have an out of the box suggestion that he could be having some free time in a while. Out of the box. I'm not quite sure he's right for this because I don't know if he could keep up with Rachel.
Yeah.
Oh, look what happened. Mazzy got attacked. Well,
Dr. Robert.
Oh, I love Dr. Robert.
He's too out of the box and probably can't keep up with Rachel, though.
Dr. Robert's great, but again, I put him in the B tier, solid B.
Next week, Harry and I and maybe Kimbo are going. We're going to his wife's memorial next Sunday. By the way.
Okay, hold on, Eddie. Point. Yes.
I need to give some high tier praise for Scotty. I saw a video of you singing.
Oh,
magnificent, dude! I was
blown
away. I was like, damn.
Thank you.
I was very impressed, my friend.
Okay, now this is
Thank
good
you.
because
That's what I did for a living for a long time. So yeah,
when you have an extra talent, Marty, like yourself, when you and guys like Scotty, when you have your extra talents, whether it's tap dancing or mimicry or whatever it may be, in this case, Scotty's vocal talents, that's going to possibly raise your mark. And it certainly did in Scott's case. Now, Marty, you're a multi-instrumentalist and you're a recording artist now. So that is, in fact, going to help you out.
Awesome.
And I'm now bestowing a B+ for you because you're a recording artist. You are, de facto, with Scotty, a rock god too.
Awesome.
So you guys is what's known as rock gods. Okay. Like Joey, Galileo, Angelo, David Donnelly.
Scotty, are you a baritone? You sound like you're a baritone.
No, I'm a first tenor, actually.
No way. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm actually working on a project right now where my band we're going to be on our side project is going to be a Mavericks tribute band, and I'm doing Raul Malo, so that tells you how high I go.
Wow, that's fantastic.
He's saying as high as Roy Orbison.
So where can I hear it?
We're going to be doing some shows in the summer in certain theaters, and I'm sure it's going to be videotaped, and I'll probably upload.
Yeah, post some of that stuff. I'd love to see it. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah. Well, I'm also working on a project to do some D'Angelo stuff. So
okay.
Yeah.
Rachel, I love your AI generated Gamera versus Godzilla.
Oh,
cutesy, kawaii version.
Yeah, it's a Chiba style artwork. Godzilla versus Gamera Super Turtle. I totally trouble. I forgot all about how, litigious our Japanese cousins can be.
Oh, yeah.
So I put the Gamera on. I played a clip because Johnny didn't know who Gamera was. So I put like 7 seconds of Gamera going through the town in Tokyo, destroying Tokyo. and that did it. Blocked worldwide. I was so mad because I knew with the thumbnail I had with. Did you see the thumbnail?
Yeah, I
Eddie?
did. That's why I was giving you high praise for it.
Gorgeous.
Eddie,
Yeah.
do you have opinion on the Monarch Legacy of Monsters on Apple? Have you seen the series?
No.
It's with Kurt Russell and his son. They play the old and young version of these characters, and it's in the Godzilla, King Kong world of Monarch. Who's working with the Titans. Season, was it 2 on now or 3, whatever, is on Apple TV.
Is it
now.
good?
It actually is pretty good.
Really?
Okay.
I'll watch anything with Kurt Russell.
Did you know, Rachel, that
And the son
Gamma,
plays him, going back. And forth.
Right.
From the second Gamma movie on, they were mainly focused on kids. They didn't make them as scary.
Yes.
And that changed Godzilla, because Godzilla at the beginning was a terror. He was a menace.
He's a radioactive nightmare.
Right. So they changed him.
His face got a little cuter.
Yeah.
Godzilla became cuter.
Yeah.
I remember when I was little, we were obsessed, all of us, because we're obsessed with those movies because they played them every Saturday.
Yes.
Almost like cartoons almost.
Yeah.
So we'd all sit around drinking soda and watching Godzilla and Mothra and all that stuff.
Yeah, Godzilla was a man. This kid here, he knows all about it. Hey, GK, come on up. Let's talk about Godzilla. He's got everything.
Well, there's your co-host.
Well, what about AJK? Okay.
Hey, if you have Brian, excuse me for interrupting, but Tokyo Brian, you have to have him sing one Tom Waits song every episode.
Tom Waits song each episode.
Yeah, every episode. Yeah.
As long as we don't get hit by the copyright. But Scott is absolutely right here. This Scott can't mix Godzilla. Different studios. One is Toho, which is your Godzilla, the bigger one, Gojira. But Gamera was like Dohai, or I think they were Dohai Studios. And so they were competing. And Toho came out first. Then how do you pronounce it, Eddie?
Toho,
Daihai. Yeah. The second studio. They own Gamera. Gamera was always a joy for the little children.
They were a B tier studio. Toho.
Yeah, Toho was a big leagues
for many years.
But you gotta admit, they they knocked out of the park with Gamera. Kids love Gamera, and I remember watching all the Gameras when I was a kid.
Toho had that where they own most of the cinemas, the theaters.
Get that link out for AJK. Okay. We got a link for you, AJK. Come on up.
Do I recall that Marty about an hour ago asked to show a record?
Here we go. I want to get the magic.
Okay, here we go. We're getting this. Here we go.
Make him big.
Oh, Michael Parks.
Okay.
Then came Bronson.
Oh, look, he's on his bike.
Wow.
Yeah. I got this for $1 yesterday at a thrift store. And I got it because it's got this like 69 Ironhead motorcycle on it, which I thought was really cool. And then I went home, listened to it, and then started reading about Michael Parks. Mazzy, do you know anything about Michael Parks?
Well, I know, first of all, he had a TV show called Then Came Bronson, which
Right.
didn't last. He was in the last Quentin Tarantino Kill Bill movie.
Yeah, he got blacklisted from Hollywood.
I don't know that story. For what?
Just for being a hard ass, I think, with producers and stuff like that. He was the drifter on this motorcycle in the TV show, and then he kind of left. And then Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez kind of got a hold of him and put him in. He was in From Dusk Till Dawn, and then Kevin Smith, vis-a-vis Clerks, the director, Kevin Smith, did a documentary on Michael Parks. Said he was the best actor he'd ever seen.
Wow.
And he anyway, he's got a great voice, and he had this. His hit was "Long Lonesome Highway," the title track of this album. Yeah, and you recognize him as an older. He was real handsome. As a young guy, but you'll recognize him in the Tarantino movies. Kill Bill.
They have him with a scar on his face and everything.
Yeah, so he played like a sheriff and something like that.
Yeah, the sheriff.
Oh,
He
he's the sheriff.
He played the sheriff at the beginning, and he played at the end the Mexican.
Right, the gigolo or the
That
pimp
ran
or
the
whatever.
whorehouse.
Yeah,
pimp.
right. So anyway, he's got a really kind of soft, delicate voice, but the second side is really mellow, and it was cool. It was a fun $1 pickup yesterday. I didn't know anything about. Just got it because of the motorcycle.
Okay, Marty, you're world famous for your 1974 Focus. How about this? Your next challenge: start collecting motorcycle covers.
You know what? I have a few. Whenever I find one with a motorcycle, but what I have a lot of is truck driving.
Truck drive. Well, you are
a whole
a trucker.
rash. There's a whole rash of Dave Dudley albums from the late 60s, early 70s that are trucker songs that are really fun.
My
really
favorite
cool.
trucker song is "I've Been Everywhere," but Johnny Cash. I've been in Philadelphia.
There you go.
And they just roll it off the tongue. It's so good, so hard to do. I mean, how would you even, Scotty? You're a musician. How would you go about memorizing all those city names in that song? I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere.
You have to sit down and just do it over and over again.
Oh my God.
I think
Marty,
the biggest.
Do you have the Convoy sound?
Yeah, I was just going to say that's C.W. McCall.
Yeah,
that's the biggest trucking song of all time.
That's the Mecca.
And for
It is awesome.
Rubber Ducky will live in our memories forever.
Right.
Those of a certain age.
Yeah.
Isn't that 1974?
It is. It's 70. I think it's 75.
75. I knew it was right in that time. I knew it was in that time.
It's
period.
right. It's right in there. Yeah.
That was when CDs were at the Mecca. Everyone.
Oh man,
everyone had a CD at home, and you would just turn it on and try to see if you can pick up some kind of and talk to somebody.
You know, it's sad. Most truck drivers don't use CB anymore because they have the cell phones now and stuff like that. But all of our trucks use CBs, and it's kind of a lost thing that I think is kind of.
Are you allowed to be under?
I remember those.
Laws, under strict Oregon regulations, are you allowed to tell us what your handle is?
I don't have a handle, actually. I wish I did.
Let's give Marty a handle panel. Let's go around. We'll start with Massey. You know Marty quite well. He's a trucker. He needs a handle. Let's give him a handle. Go ahead, Massey. Let's think.
Too much pressure.
Okay, I'm going to help you right out. Oregon boy.
Oregon boy?
Oregon. Because you got your organ there. And Oregon boy is a... Hey, whoa, we got ourselves.
I got a better one than
that. Expensive
fuel. Boy to the singing trucker.
Oregon, and you know what? A lot of people are going to go, he's from Oregon. And they go, is he Oregon boy? No, he's Oregon boy.
How about truck off?
See, there's this Okay, Massey, what do you got?
Truck off.
Chuck off.
Truck, he said.
Truck off.
Doesn't match his personality.
Hey, I want to answer DJ Mr. Joel. Yes, I do know Buzz Martin. He's buried about 20 minutes from here, down in Staten. And my buddy's got his records. Yes.
Have you been to pay your respects? Do you do that? You go to the cemetery and see the memorial?
I haven't been to this one yet. I need to go. My buddy who's going, Scott, who's going on the trip with me. He's a logger, actually.
Oh,
and so he's into records too, and he has his stuff, and he's been, I think he's been to. They researched him and stuff like that. He picked up his album a little while back. But yeah, very cool.
Oregon boy, 909.
909.
I was thinking the name. I was just referencing the movie that I said had to do with the trucker. Joyrider, that Joyride movie, that kind of suspense film, Joyrider.
How about Duel?
Duel is probably the biggest.
Spielberg's first movie. Yeah.
Duel, it's the Duelist. Yeah.
Duel is the big one, Sky. I think when it comes trucker movie. What was it? Large Marge, who appeared in Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Large Marge, frightening story. Marty, any truth to that? Of the legend of Large Marge, I felt there could be some truth on it. It was based on an actual kind of.
That's what I heard.
Story.
Yes, it's largely based on a true story.
I believe it is. Eddie, do you fear the road?
No, as a matter of
encountering.
As a matter of fact, in a couple of hours, I'll be heading up to San Antonio for a concert.
Oh, sweet. Who are you seeing?
Who is on the agenda there?
It's the Trash. What is it? Titans of Thrash #3, and it's Testament, Overkill, and Destruction.
Overkill, Testament, I know. Destruction, maybe
This-
Thor may have shown him one.
Destruction, they're actually from Germany. They're one of the top 3 thrash
This
bands.
show.
I would have seen him. That Thor must have shown
Oh,
us
yeah. No,
some of their
this
stuff.
Destruction, they're
Yeah.
top tier, and they're rare. I think the last time they toured the States was maybe 1990, so it's been a while since they've been down here.
I'm going to see a show tonight. I'm going to see Nick Lowe
Nick
sweet.
Lowe's in
It's
town.
tonight.
at the Neptune. Yeah.
That's cool.
Massey, what you see, Nick, does it make you sad that he's all like a silver-haired fox? He's kind of got a Charlie Rich.
No, you know, it does. It seriously.
He
it does-
used to be so cute and brown hair and
there is
everything.
an emotional because when he was in Rockpile,
There you
first,
go.
Yeah.
the first show I saw of after John died. John died on a Monday. The following Friday, I saw at the Warfield Rockpile with Nick Lowe, and that was like,
Wow.
and Dave Edmonds. That was the first
Teacher. I love that song.
first music I saw after John Lennon was killed. So
Matthew, do you have any of the Nick Lowe records with Los Straight Jackets?
yeah, I have all the Nick Lowe records, and I saw them. I saw those straight jackets back them up. I'm hoping actually maybe to meet him tonight because the guy that's taken me does all the PR for Nick Lowe. He's from Brooklyn, and he's out of town. He asked me if I wanted to come to the show, so we'll see. I might be able to.
I would smack your buddy in the head if he didn't.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to bring a dozen records like Dr. Robert would to get signed.
Absolutely, Leland Fenstag. Tell him Lord
Ivan.
George sent you.
Ivan,
Okay.
I loved Detective Hole. It's a Norwegian series, 9 episodes on Netflix right now.
Oh, I saw that.
It's Norwegian. It's a serial killer thing. It's a quirky. I mean, it's dark. It's really good if you like serial killer stuff. It's really good. I finished it 2 nights ago. Ivan.
I'll check that out.
Dr. Hole, Hole. But I'm
Dr.
sure
Hole.
it probably loses something in the translation.
Right.
Sue and I watch a lot of that, what they call Nordic Noir.
That's
we
what
watch
it is.
a lot of
Yeah.
it.
It's what it is.
Yeah, and they're quite good, actually, and very dramatic. A lot of good actors, and of course, we don't know
Yeah.
them over here. A lot, they aren't
I
exactly.
like that vampire movie, the Norwegian version of let him in or let her in or something like that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Like the
What do you
little
got?
girl,
Ariel,
like a vampire.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Holy smoke!
And then there was a remake, but the original
Yeah,
was creepy.
but the original Norwegian one was really creepy. Yeah.
Massey, were you ever tempted to build a well in the backyard in order to procure some sort of demonic activity? A girl crawling up, perhaps just
Michelle
nilly-willy?
has well water where she lives. She's not on the city water thing, so they have well out there.
Does it freak you out when a demonic?
Toilet to flush?
I'm sorry.
So she has to fill her toilet to
No,
flush?
it's everything's hooked up. There's modern. I mean, maybe Marty could describe it better than I can. All that technical shit, but just because you have well water doesn't mean it's like old time, like pumping the thing.
Right. No, they usually do
No.
like a 6 or 8 inch casing now.
Yeah.
Wow.
But there's a lot of people at well water here in Florida.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So what do you think? I got a question. Maybe I shouldn't bring this up, but what do you think about that new big library that's going to be built in Miami?
New
Me?
libraries.
Nobody
great
goes to
big
libraries
library.
anymore.
Is it the presidential library? It looks amazing.
The Trump Library in
I think it's a oxymoron. I mean, it's kind of weird. 'Cause
library, right? Like
a library
really?
after Trump, it just doesn't make any sense.
It'll be a casino, basically.
Yeah. I like
You
the
know.
Death Star that
I think it's kind of silly.
Obama-
We have an Obama library right here in St. Pete.
Yeah, it looks like something out of Star Wars, like the Dark Emperor.
That makes
was on
sense.
there. Yeah, well, it's kind of derelict. It's all kind of a deconstructo type thing. It's kind of an oblong shaped thing. Kind of
Jack.
crazy.
Jack, I am dying. I grew up and I love
Obviously.
the Castro Theater is this beautiful ornate theater that just went through like a 5-6-year-old renovation.
Yeah.
Right on Castro, in the main part of the Castro, and now they're having live
baby
shows,
doll.
and it looks beautiful. I've seen photographs. I'm dying to go there. They just gutted it completely, and they put like, I don't know, $30 million into it, which is
those
amazing.
are my favorite venues, and that's something I like doing
Yeah.
whenever I go out of town or out of state. Is go visit old theaters or go catch a show at an old theater.
You should come to. If you ever come to Tampa, there's a Tampa theater. They have the old fashioned where they sorry, somebody's calling me. Where they have
Oh, we lost your voice.
like the old time organ where they used to play.
Yeah, the Castro Theater has the organ that comes out from below, and
yeah, it's really cool.
You know,
it's really
there was
nice.
a shame in the early '60s. America cities went through this thing. They tore down these beautiful movie palaces. A lot of them. Some of them were saved at the last minute.
I like those theaters that have that old school ticket box in the center.
Yeah.
You pay and you go around.
Fox Theater on Market Street was torn down, which is a travesty.
They did it in New York all the time too, and they redid the Ziegfeld, but they made it so modern. You know, Radio City Music Hall is probably the only one that's still left. You know, it's still a great place to go see films.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. The Paramount in Oakland is great. That's where the largest.
Phoebe thought you'd be good at spitballing co-host names. Come on, you got a lot of history with the program.
We already talked about Putterman.
And PB Tall is retired, so he's got the time to do.
I love PB Tall. No, I think PB Tall might be a very. He's an A. I think I put him as an A-tier guy. He's run his own posse before. I think that might work. We'll see how he's feeling about. We'll put some feelers out, Marty, on this.
He's got to be busy because now that he's retired, he's only streaming once a week. Before he was doing Tuesdays and Sundays.
He had three nights before, Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday.
I'd love Joe. Right. Joe Mail would be an A-tier guy, but he's so busy. He's always, he's got his own program.
I don't think Joe would want to put up with your bullshit, Rachel.
No, but we love Joe. Joe likes.
Joe has Danny. The two of them together is just like hilarious. It's like watching the Honeymooners to me.
But look what they got. But look at the chemistry with those two guys. They're
I love it.
They are criminally underrated. Like for views and stuff, I watch those guys. I go, they should have a lot
Danny
more.
It's absolutely hilarious, and he's naturally funny. He's just naturally funny.
Maybe we need to take away Rob's car keys or his fob and just have him with you all the time now.
Call his job, accuse him of some crime.
Yeah, that's
sexual harassment.
No, we can just say, those things like report call about how's my driving, those bumper stickers, and you call your employer, how's my driving? Let's all call the school he teaches at.
Please show us.
All right, here he is. This is so PB Tall. Now, obviously, this show's got a lot of history, and you've been a big part of most of it. I think. Now, I know this is going to be seen as a bit of a compliment, and it is. But other than James, I think you and James would probably.
That's a compliment. That's a compliment.
Probably two of the most beloved characters on the we could get going up here.
How are your puppet?
My puppet skills.
Absolutely.
Puppet walk.
Yeah.
Well, puppet walk. In fairness to the world. Well, when we did puppet walk, I was going to do the puppet walk, but then James goes, "Oh, Rachel, I'm gonna puppet walk. Can I do puppet walk?" And I go, "Okay, okay." I was all geared up because I can do the puppet walk, and so he took it on. And when he took it, he made it his own.
Oh yeah,
he made it his own, and it became one of our most beloved, most sought after segments on the program. But there was a decline. He didn't have the range, and that's why James, I don't put him as a A-level type kind of personality for doing this. PB Tall, I do put you as an A type. That is our top tier.
I don't think you gave my suggestion of Dobbs the proper due.
Okay,
I think
let's cover Dobbsy.
Okay.
Here's first I'll talk about Dobbs. First of all, he's smart, he's quick, he's bright, but I've never really had a chance to see him flower because the one time I finally had him up on screen to have a beautiful conversation, Rob was yelling at him so much that all Dobbs could do was yell back, and then the whole moment was lost. It was it was one of those great possibilities, what might have been.
So let's not think of let's think of this in Dobbs 2.0. Dobbs 1.0, which is what you're describing,
yes,
is that if we get today's version of Dobbs, which is a little bit mellower, a little bit, but you still get the same, acerbic
asshole.
No, he's not. He's definitely not an asshole, but he just has differing opinions than other people sometimes, So, I mean, there are people. I'm not going to get into this. I'll get in trouble if I do. So.
Well, what do you mean you're going to get in trouble? How can you? In what universe are you going to possibly get in trouble?
I'm trying my best not to speak negatively of other streamers in the vinyl community.
Whoa! What the hell are you talking about? Listen, a little positive criticism is never going to hurt anybody. Least of all you. You're big name, big talent. I see you dovetailing very nicely with myself. In what sense?
Not being able to say anything critical.
Patrick.
Well, yeah, you have to be co-host. You have to be able to label the hard hitting truths. That's part of the appeal of the program.
Well, and also being the co-host of this show puts a massive target on your back. So whoever wants to be.
Where's that coming from?
Patrick, you already have a target on your back.
I know. I don't need another target on my back.
This is going to be in neon now.
Yeah, I know. So
now, who are you being targeted by? Because maybe we could kill two birds with one stone.
This could completely go against what I just said, but I'm trying not to talk ill of other people.
We need to get a grasp of the situation so we know what we're dealing with.
I think most people know who I'm referring to.
Are you telling me that this is a name that may rhyme with Jason Rojas?
I'm not saying anything.
I'm not. You're saying it. I'll say it because I love Jason.
You know.
I think. What do you think about if I got Jason on the program? I think he's a solid B talent because he's quiet. He's on the quiet side, but but he can show a record when his record. I sure got a great record, and he loves it when I do my.
You're not going to drag. I'm so close to getting dragged into this, and I'm not even going to. What the hell is that? So you know who I think would be perfect, and they're on this panel right now. Would be Scotty. Scotty would be perfect. I mean,
I'm a good solid B.
I'm B.
No,
you're
so not a B.
B plus. You said.
Yeah, B plus.
If I'm driving, like I remember the last time they had the antique fair on a Sunday, and I was driving back, and Scotty was there. I was going, I even thought to myself, Scotty's perfect on this show. He's not confrontational, and he's got a pleasant voice. He loves music, and he brings a side of music that talks about that a lot of time isn't discussed here. So yeah.
And I will fight from time to time. Wax can tell you that.
Yeah, I've seen Scotty roll.
I've seen Scotty, but
Scotty's rounded before.
I'm just throwing it out there. I think Scotty's underselling himself, calling himself a B.
No, I labeled him. He didn't lay himself that. I labeled him B. Well, when you think about it, here's my
co-host when you're a physical therapist. You can't be
my age here.
And entertaining people at the same time.
That's true. Yeah.
Simon, I love that comment.
Crack some bones.
That's a great comment.
Gotta get those 30 minutes in.
But you think about here's the gold standard for S tier top tier guys or gals. It's the Waxed himself. Quick, funny, on the repartee, able to cover a myriad of topics in an engaging and humorous way.
Well, but I mean, he's kind of a one-trick pony, so
that's the exact opposite. I think he's a multi-flavored.
I love Rob. I've hung out with Rob multiple times. I will hang out with Rob again, but I mean, his Rachel shtick is to come in and beat you over the head with a 2x4, and which is not really what his personality is in real life at all.
No.
So
Now, unfortunately, I have not had the privilege of meeting Beatle in real life, but I know we'd hug and kiss each other and everything.
I mean, Rob's way more polarizing than I am. I mean, like Rob is way more polarizing, even I am.
I
So.
see.
Very
I
polarizing.
see you, Beatle, because you've got what I call the it factor. I consider you an A tier. Totally different style from Rob.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You have to have someone who will be.
Plus, you and Rachel's yin yang would work awesome.
Yeah, Beatle and I work. Beatle and I work quite well, don't we? Yeah.
Yeah, but I think Scotty would be great.
Okay.
because-
Here, hold on, Scotty.
It's like Lyle and Han from 99.
We're going to have to pay him more if this keeps
No,
up.
I think Scotty would be great because you two are completely diametrically
We're diametrically
opposed
opposed.
politically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want that, get Harry. So yeah.
Yeah, well, Harry would be another, but
Harry's
good on the spot.
so then there will be that amazing tension that you're looking for between the two.
Yeah.
You gotta have
Some tension.
Well, at least I would call out Rachel when she uses words that don't exist.
now they exist. Now hold on.
Only in your household.
Canadian.
Only in your household.
There is a
Yes.
lexicon. There's a
Oh,
lexicon.
and that's the other thing, Rachel. We make each other laugh a lot. I
We
mean,
do.
sometimes
Yes,
we get to the point where we start laughing to the point we can't even talk for a while. So it's
Skype,
like,
we have fun together. There is
Yeah.
no doubt about it.
But I will say I have seen
That's a good
Scotty.
job.
I have seen Scotty panel camping once in a while. So if he was co-host, he would have to not panel camp anymore.
Now, what do you
So-
mean by panel camping? What do you mean?
Panel
by
camp
that?
is when you're just here and you don't really say much. And you know, right now, Marty is panel camping. So
Marty's not.
You know,
yeah,
Patrick, surprisingly enough, my wife just texted me and says, "Say something."
see,
Yeah.
see, even his
something
lovely
funny.
wife Rochelle notices that Marty is
Yeah.
panel camping.
I think there's
So-
a
Yeah.
limit to that.
Patrick thinks I
I've gotten better at it. Just times that I feel like if I say something, I'm going to insult people. But I said, you know what? I have to stop being afraid of that. And just
Yeah,
work.
You actually have gotten better, Scott. You are correct.
You
You
gotta
have,
do
yeah.
it. You gotta do it,
And then the
man.
opposite of panel camping is Mazzy, who is like overshares. So there you go.
Okay, I got one,
sorry.
Patrick. I want to ask you about this. Okay, I just picked this up, and I'm not a huge fan of this album, generally speaking.
Pink Capricorn labels with George Piros and Monarch in the Dead Wax.
It's a Monarch pressing, and it's
Dennis King. It's either Dennis King or George Piros is in the Dead Wax.
How do I don't know how to.
Well, one of them will say D King, or they'll have the @ symbol T/GP. So that's an easy one.
And that's why you should be on the panel because you know so much about that stuff that people need to know.
Yeah.
Seriously.
It is a community service. So
All
yeah.
right.
At a time they do
It
reviews.
says D.
Dennis King. That's Dennis
A
King.
clip?
Screen.
Oh,
Does it just
screen.
have
Yeah.
a D, or does it say Dennis?
It'll say DK. D.K. I think.
It looks like it.
I thought it was for dead.
Yeah,
Kennedy.
I heard we got a Canadian on board that's part of the DEI thing. We're against it, but it had to happen.
Yes, I think it says
Oh.
DK here.
Okay, okay, this is a powerful, controversial comment. This is the kind of thing I like, a little fire in each program. Rachel, do you think Patrick's mellowed over recent years? He sure has. He's a mere shell of his former self. He was a fighter. He went it. Somehow I feel Jason Rojas has taken some of the joy of vinyl tubing.
No, it was retirement.
Retirement has taken some of the sting out of the boy.
So I will admit
I
that
think
early.
it's-
I will admit that early on when I first did this, I didn't know how this whole worked, and I thought it was so
You're
I
really
would.
young.
So I would probably say that my worst days were like, Dave the pickup artist. So he made lame jokes. I could have just ignored them, but instead,
You made
So-
a lifelong enemy out of Dave.
well,
You
I
pick the
think
battles now.
I think we've decided that we're not going to talk bad about each other. So
Here's the deal about the program for Marty and anybody that's on the panel. You got to do what Mazzy does and just jump up. Hey, wait a sec. Here's something. And Rob does the same thing. That is probably the biggest advice I could get to anybody that shows up, not just on this panel, but any channel. Everybody wants to be respectful, but you got to have a little ego in the game and put yourself out there and say, here's something I want to talk about.
If you wait for your turn, it'll never happen.
But sometimes I'm sitting there, like I think it was like Friday. I hadn't been doing anything. I just opened up a browser and said, "Oh, I clicked on a live stream, and look, there was Mazzy front and center." I'm like going, I can't get away from this guy. It's like every live stream I go to, there's Mazzy. I'm just like going, he must have like an assistant that plans his itinerary for the day. It's like
He's got a staff. He's got a staff.
It's funny you say that because when I turn on my TV, I go into YouTube and it gives you like videos to recommend. Mazzy's face pops.
Well, okay, let's full disclosure.
It's always popping up to pretty much top us out.
We got the Patreon, so the Patrick was, as huge support of the Patreon for us, but then I made the misstep. I brought Mazzy, and he goes, "Holy crap! Now I'm in this Patreon, and there's Mazzy."
No. What happened was that I was graciously giving you $5 a month.
Yes.
And then you just started handing out your link to Rob and Mazzy for free. And I'm like going, hey, wait a minute. I was there before any of those guys were ever on her show.
Yes.
And even the lean years when you would get 20 viewers and you think it was a successful show.
Well, we had 30. We said we
you
never
know how
had
it is when they let celebrities in backstage.
So I'm like going. I'm like going. I am the vinyl ripper. I'm arguably the best vinyl ripper in the world.
Well,
and I'm having to pay you, and then you're giving out the link to Mazzy and the Wax and other people. And I'm like, okay, I can't do this. Harry felt the same way. So
yeah. Well, here's
you're a victim of your own greed, Rachel.
No, it wasn't greed. You know what? No. It wasn't. You know what it was? The idea was to keep it interesting, to invite guests, and to keep the thing.
Are you saying I'm not interesting enough? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're literally articulating? Is that I'm not interesting enough, and yet you're pandering for me to be, and you're investing in your pandering for me to be your co-host, but I'm not interesting enough.
That's the Patrick we want to see.
You wanted it, you got it.
Chutzpah. You know the term chutzpah? You're getting chutzpah, Patrick.
Yeah. I'm not Jewish.
Now, what I'm learning,
you don't need to be Jewish to
have
this is so good.
I mean, Scotty
I'm
has
glad
chutzpah.
Patrick said this at last because I see what's going on here.
Chutzpah, baby.
Patrick, you're talented in your own right, but you were past tense one of us. Okay, you're just one of us, and so I brought in some big name celebrities, Mazzy, Rob,
all right. Well, why? So hold on a second. So Rob. So why? So I could understand why Mazzy is quote unquote a big celebrity.
Yeah.
Why is Rob a big celebrity? Because he took your slot. Because he took your slot in the morning. Anybody could have taken that slot in the morning and generated at least 100 views every day. So I'm not saying that against Rob, but I'm saying anybody could have done it. If Rob didn't do it, Scotty did it. You already had a built-in audience. I mean, it's easy, True.
Okay, here's my response. PB Tall, when you go into one of these, they're called record shows. When you go to one of those and the public is
I know where you're going. And I got recognized at VinylCon multiple times. So there.
Okay, hold on. No, I'm curious about this is news to me.
I was not the entourage this time.
Okay,
so there you go.
Last time, obviously, that you didn't had a little spark. You weren't very well known at all. You hadn't flourished. You hadn't come into your own. Like a little.
I got humbled the time before. Yes, very, very much so.
But now, this latest outing, individuals would come up to you. Now, in fairness, was Rob next to you?
No, I don't think so. Jim was next to me at the time.
That's a variable there. That could be. You could be. I don't want to take away any of the bloom off your petals. But I'm feeling that some of this could be because Jim's a big producer.
I'm not flamboyant so I don't have that, so anyway, but I'm not trying to take away from Rob. I mean, I watch Rob. I think Rob does a great job.
Okay.
I communicate with Rob on almost a daily basis.
I hope so, because there was a little bit of shade there from you on Rob.
No, there was no shade. I mean, it was just a fact. I mean, there was a built-in audience. There was a built-in audience hungry for something in the mornings.
I'm starting to understand why Dave, the pickup artist, has a bit of a problem with you, BB.
Well, I can see it too. I mean, actually, he's one of the people that actually has a legitimate reason to have a thing about me. So,
okay, we got a great question coming from Breakfast King of Loyola. Important question for Patrick. Do you have any weird records in today's auction? The kids are really into what's known as weird vinyl.
I think
That
yeah,
channel name is available.
I have a couple of cluster records, OG cluster records from Germany. So those are something you don't see every day.
Are they Noir? You know, what do you call that? Noir? Like
They're Noir adjacent. Yes.
Are you allowed to have an auction on Easter?
I am.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't worship anything other than the whole almighty dollar, as they say. So,
okay, and we got Project Gemini. I love it. Tell it like it is, Patrick. Holy smoke, Project Gemini.
See, Mark could be your co-host. Mark's hilarious. So
Mark's good. We love Mark, but here's the deal with Mark. He's so busy. We hardly ever get him.
Yeah, Mark's
I
good.
have a hard time getting him up here. You know, we try and get him on all the time. The door's open to him anytime he wants. Okay, weird records are the best. So there is some kind of a following for weird records.
Yeah, especially for you're the Breakfast King. I have to have an original license to ill today. So that'll.
Is that for sale, or are you gonna?
Yeah, that will be for sale. I have two of them.
That'll go quick.
Get your Beastie Boys fix. Massey, Beastie Boys. You got many Beastie Boys in your own collection?
4 or 5 of their albums. Yeah.
Yeah, I got licensed.
I have that album. I have Paul's Boutique. I have.
Oh, that's nice.
I have the.
This isn't weird, but this is a good record.
Punk album.
I love that record.
And the moody kind of lounge album too.
I have BC Boys on CD. I don't have any vinyl on.
This might be weird. This is
on CD.
It's an original UK Nectar, Tab in the Ocean. This is really nice.
Record every day.
Okay, hold that up for the kids. We'll make it big so they can get hooked into the visuals.
This is a UK press. I think the US was maybe done by Robert Ludwig, but this is the original UK.
Did it come like that, or have we got a discount corner cut?
Nice cover.
I think it's too clean of a cut to be not be a. I don't know. It might. I don't know.
No, because it's cutting off the logo, so that was after.
Yeah, maybe.
Might have been a tag. Did they do cutouts in the UK? I don't remember them doing cutouts.
That's
I don't know why they would cut that like that. That's weird. But yeah,
that is kind of weird. Like, I mean, it's almost looks too big to be like an album.
Maybe somebody had a bad day. Who knows?
Question from Mazzy. Mazzy, have you heard of anything about the Beck reissues?
Beck. No, I mean, like 2 years ago, Beck posted something about the Midnight Vultures, and like never. And then last year, I bought that $300 one. And that and information.
Back shirt. There we go. Back fashion from Scotty. We got a fashion moment. Hold on.
Wow, there you go. Nice.
That's when I went to the Beck show.
Mm-hmm. Scotty with the blackout curtains. There you go.
We're actually making some ground here with our co-host Scotty. I think Scotty could be. So far, it looks like Scotty could be the thing. Marty, how do you feel that Scotty? You're both B pluses to me. But Scotty's got a little heat. Now hold on, you're a B plus.
You keep quiet any longer, you'll be an A-lister.
You got through your background check, so you're definitely a B plus.
Okay, go ahead now.
Doesn't Marty surprise you with his humor? He just seems so like chill, and all of a sudden he comes out with this great.
He's got movie now. Here's the thing,
Scotty would be great, but you have to give him a song every episode.
Okay, we've gone through Puppet Time. We've had Pleasure Time with AGK. So
Pleasure Time.
Yeah, Pleasure Time.
Fuck, I forgot.
Very popular segment.
So who would be the worst co-host in the history of the Rachel's Ghost Stream? The absolute worst.
Let me count.
I'm not saying. I don't want to start.
I hear Micah Elliott's available as a co-host slot.
Well, I don't mention his name.
Yeah.
I've
How about Jason Rojas?
Jason wasn't the worst. I don't think even.
What about the guy that stood in the dark that never said anything? The guy.
Yeah, he was good. The guy from Toronto.
Yeah.
And he had a very dark voice, like a deep voice.
I don't remember who that is.
What about Deese? What about Deese?
Deese was sweet. I love Deese. I don't think he was the worst.
He was on camera on Friday.
I don't think we've had
He's
any.
fun though.
I just don't think we've had anybody that's bad.
Oh yeah, you have. What's that? That Jade person was pretty bad.
Who?
Jade, whatever her name was. That
Jade?
person. Yeah.
Hold on. Is this? Are you?
Oh,
being
Clowney was bad.
What? Clowney? Whoa.
Clowney was bad.
I forgot about Clowney.
Come on.
Clowney was bad.
And Deese's friend was kind of out there. Malachi was.
Yeah.
I mean, if you were talking watches, Deese was good, but other than that, so.
Scotty Dog had his moment. Scotty.
Yeah,
Dog.
you ruined Scotty Dog for life.
Okay. Listen, that was okay. I didn't know how he had put so much work into it. He had done a special song presented. This is my fear with Scotty, quite frankly. This Scott is because because what happened, Scotty Dog got all excited. Each show he would have a musical segment from Scotty.
I wouldn't do that.
And he got excited, and so he would expect his musical segment. So he go,
No.
Rachel, I've got a song I'd like to perform for the friends now. And I go, Scotty, that's great. But right now we got this going, so we'll do that. Maybe a little later we got Scotty left the channel immediately. Mm-hmm. He started up his own stream and said, Rachel's a tranny fuck. Fuck Rachel. I hope she fucking die. Kill Rachel and all this. And Rachel, you're a dead whore. And then he does.
I don't have that kind of ego, Rachel.
And so I felt so sorry for Scotty. Now, I know a lot of our viewers are sensitive.
And then, well, you didn't learn your lesson because then you repeated that again by bringing up the former felon as your co-host for a while. That was
Melody. Melody, but I think they was trumped up charges. Okay.
So, it doesn't matter. Mazzy would leave the stream in his presence. I would leave the stream in his presence. So you would have people bailing immediately, not because of what he did, because he's so horrible on camera. So.
If we could get her,
that's what I'm not saying.
Our Omaha introvert. Great, we love her.
The worst thing for me, this is a personal one man's opinion.
Yes.
Are people who go on YouTube and play music like I did, unfortunately, with Rachel's song that Joey wrote, and are terrible at it, playing the record. And he's one of them, in my opinion. There's another person online who does occasionally live stream playing music. I can't watch those streams. I won't get into details. But I would be terrible too. I'm not.
Oh, I know who'd be a good co-host. I know who'd be a good co-host. I know who'd be a good co-host. So this person knows the vinyl community, knows the YouTube community, is somewhat polarizing, is intelligent, and is a female Beatle babe. So
we've talked about.
Did you just wake up, Patrick?
Beatle babe was mentioned very early.
I think Beatle babe would be great too, personally.
Okay, I love what I'm hearing here.
I think Beatle babe. It's great personality.
But there is a history between, so I don't know if Rachel could get over, the history of the two. So
I'd be good. I'd be good.
Rachel might be jealous of someone who's a little more vivacious than she is.
No,
whoa! Would you really say that, Mazzy? That was rather cruel.
No, that's okay.
Rachel had to work. Rachel had to build her womanhood.
Yeah,
okay?
it's like
literally
close up. Close.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
I'm all good with it.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just
listen. Yeah, a little feminine je ne sais quoi.
Takes a village and a lot of free Canadian healthcare to.
Holy smokes! Okay.
Hey, let me say.
Wait a second. That's a good question. Canadian healthcare didn't pay for your thing, did it?
No. Go ahead, Marty.
Yeah. Okay.
How many Patreons did it take to
That's an elective thing.
There's one person that wouldn't be, I'm sure, right for a co-host, but that I would love to just see a conversation between Rachel, you and her. That's Melinda Murphy. Just a one-time conversation. I think would be really fun.
That'd be great. You're right. Not for regular, but yeah.
Yeah, I just think you guys, you're so different. I think that'd be a fun conversation.
You know what? I interviewed her on the Oprah. Her and her lovely husband Philip, a great guy, And so we had the two of them on, and it was a great little episode.
It
That
was a
was
good-
in the
it was-
other show. So unfortunately, we don't have any of the tapes from that. But
Rachel, from your past interviews, which one was the most successful or had the most views? Whenever you brought in guests, and
Me.
Yeah.
My interview with Rachel was the most viewed
Baby
interview
Thals,
she ever did.
Baby Thals did good traffic. Now, was it the one that I enjoyed doing the most?
No, but it was the most viewed. So
But
there
it
you
was
go.
the most viewed. It is.
Attaboy.
The two that I enjoyed doing the most, Melinda Murphy notwithstanding, is wonderful. PB Thal with the views, but it was
Michael 35.
Hudson Rainey. Hudson Rainey and Richard Dolan. Both of those were.
My favorite was Mason. Mason was my
Mason.
favorite. Mason was my favorite.
Those three guys. When you
Don't
interview
press
people-
that, Mason.
you know,
And then he evolved. And then it's like, yeah.
yeah.
That was
It's just the serendipity of it, and it's just the obtuseness of everything going on. It's just beautiful.
Patrick, when you say he evolved, you mean he got laid?
no, that was what in the middle of the street we're sitting there, and like the interview is just not going over. It was just so bad, and Rachel. So Rachel started like started saying this stuff just to try to get something interjected in there, you know. And then she's like going, and then there was this boy, and he evolved, and it was just at the moment it had to have been there. It was just so it was. I mean, I lost it. Rachel live. It was funny. It was hilarious. But yeah.
See, Patrick, like Scott was saying earlier, you know, you share laughs with people on panel. One of the biggest laughs I ever had on this frickin' show was when that damn orphan Annie came in and we were dealing with a big controversy.
My advent calendar.
Yeah.
My advent calendar spells like pee.
We were dealing with Captain Spaulding, who had done this kind of
And the auction, the orphan auction. Yeah.
He was the first one, and it was tense. The whole thing was kind of tense. People were saying, well, like, because Captain Spaulding came in, a lot of people started doing it. Now, in fairness to Captain Spaulding, he never did ask. It was just going to be a very small thing. He was going to do an
It was going to be a very small thing, and he was going to rip off everybody of all the money, and then
but Massey got involved. And Patrick got involved. Fucking Randy Deadwag 66. He was hilarious because these guys are donating like box sets. Okay, here's the Beatles mono box set.
I donated a UHQR, a couple of boxes. I donated like $1,500 worth of shit. So
yeah, it was just mad. And these were highly sought after albums. So what happened? So Cap does this stupid auction. He had Groovy Lisa doing the math.
the accounting, yes.
He was the accountant.
And halfway through, she quit.
So Cap turns to her about halfway through. Go, okay, where are we at? She goes, I don't know. I stopped counting about an hour ago. So
I don't think anyone got the money, right?
Yeah, they got the money. Yeah.
And eventually, what happened? It got even worse because Brother Brian, who at that time, up to that point, had been a teetotaler and a church attender, lost his fucking mind, became a raving alcoholic, ended up urinating live on camera, had a complete breakdown, ended up
He fell
going
asleep
nuts,
for
and
12
all
hours.
he could talk about was Captain Spaulding's fucking
He fell
auction, and then
asleep for
getting
like
mad
12
at
hours.
you.
But he fell asleep.
Your breakdown happened with
There-
his relationship and
There
you.
was apparently
you were
there was
part
a
of it.
missing. Apparently there was a missing $700.
Yeah, yes, there was
or bubble wrap and
shipping materials.
And Brother Brian would not let it go. So you mean you bought
So 3 days after it,
$700
3 days
of
after,
bubble wrap your ass to Florida?
3 days after
He spent 300 of the 700 earned
on the packaging. He spent 300 on packaging.
Hey, I'm gonna bounce. Good hanging
All right.
with you guys.
Marty, we love you.
So but we're digressing from the moment when that character came in and little Annie orphan.
So then what happens? 3 days later, Captain comes on the show after the auction. because he went AWOL. We didn't see him. Where's Cap? What's going on with the auction? Cap shows up, comes on this program and goes, "Hey, everybody, how you doing?" Or he'd be he was another Landau guy. "Hey, how's everybody doing?" And then we go, "Hey, Cap, people,
where are the records?
Where's the people want their records? What's going on? We haven't heard a thing." And he goes, I got some news for you. My dog peed on the records and destroyed them."
My dog peed on the Guns N' Roses records. So yeah,
on the gun, because that's what he wanted. He wanted that Guns N' Roses album. So then what? That was part of the mistake. People, whatever. Anyway, so then that happened. Then once Brian heard that, he lost his ever-loving mind. And so then, while all this tension's going on, this character pops in and it's little, because the whole thing, the right
was for orphans,
to help the orphans in Pittsburgh get their Christmas met, and to do, it's at this time of year where the want is most keenly felt. I've got an idea where I could help orphans by doing a charity auction. So that's how it started. The orphans, and everybody's going, are the orphans going to get their money? Where's the money for the orphans? And the pressure was on big time.
Pressure was on me.
Well, you were in trouble too, because Brian was getting mad at you, and I didn't even. I gave one record away. I gave my Love Forever Changes record out,
which I gave you.
Yeah. In fairness, there was a skip in it, so I said, I'll donate that.
Well, I gave it to you. Yeah.
So then that record went. That was the extent of my helping out with the charity. Then, out of the blue comes out, we're doing this thing. This little character comes on, Orphan Annie, and goes, "You guys think you're having a bad Christmas? I finally got my Advent calendar, but it smelled like pee."
Oh, man.
The dogs are apparently pissed. And PB Thel and I we're talking at the same time, and she just dropped, or the little Orphan Annie character just dropped both of us at the same. It was
that was probably the biggest laugh I ever had on this live stream. It was
funny.
You talk about timing. The timing of it was just perfect. It was actually, I mean, it was, and that was MZ, by the way. That was who was that character.
Wait, so you failed to mention that miraculously Captain Spaulding ended up in Florida with his supposed girlfriend.
Yeah.
Well, that we had, that was a whole tangentially after, because he got the money for the auction. Then he had no money. And then, hey guys, miraculous!
I'm in Florida.
But then when he came on the show to tell us that he was in Florida with his girlfriend, that's when his ex came on, no, she wasn't even the ex. His current girlfriend goes, "What are you doing?"
Nikki
goes. So now we had two girls. He was double timing two girls all at the same time.
So hang on a second. So Eddie was around before anybody too. Eddie was at the same time that I was.
Eddie's in from the beginning.
I have a picture, and if I gotta find it, it's the most funny thing ever. It was when Vinyl Guru was at her peak, and all of a sudden I have a picture, a screenshot. She was having a live stream when live streams were early. And hold on, there's Eddie, there's Mason, there's Prog Hat, and there's Vinyl Richie. I'm like going, Vinyl Richie's on there. I'm like going, what the hell? And Rachel had a live stream where we're watching her live stream and we're watching all this. It was absolutely hilarious.
To my defense, she came out saying that she likes Judas Priest, Sad Wings to Destiny. That was enough for me to pop up and say, you know what? That's all respect. No girl likes Judas Priest, Sad Wings to Destiny.
My favorite moment was when Mason on there going, "Oh, hi, Miss Vinyl Guru. I've been a big admirer.
I'm a big fan.
I'm a big admirer of yours." Yeah.
And then for about a month afterwards, we would all say, "We're a big admirer of yours, Mason."
Vinyl Guru. And I think actually Michael Pilmer was on with them at that time as well.
That's the first time. That's the first time I saw Pilmer. Was on
Michael was kind of her wingman for a while. They were
he was
a team for a
and
while.
then he went the way of the wax and did his own thing. So he's
and very successful. I like Michael quite a bit.
So what's the most successful spawn of the Rachel show?
I'd say Rob the Wax.
Yeah.
No, I mean, well, what about your? I don't care for her, but the Raging Tomato, she's
she's doing well. She made her own. Yeah, she was kind of doing her own thing, but she was starting out, and so I was able to give her a lift, let's say. But
yeah.
But I always felt she had all the
reincarnations. Rachel,
pardon me.
Hasn't she had several reincarnations?
Why?
She's been online for a while.
Yeah. Well, maybe before she was.
I don't think she was a spawn of your show. I think she got a boost from your show, though.
She got a little boost. She got a little boost, but she really
that's fair. That's fair. So
she came into her own because I think she's got charisma and enough on the ball on her own to actually have made it with or without me. But I provided some help to her, at least in interfacing her with the vinyl community that way. Vinyl Guru got kicked out of the Too Many Records group on Facebook. Why would they kick the Vinyl Guru out of the Too Many Records group?
I would hope I'd be kicked out of the Too Many Records group on Facebook.
I am absolutely. What is the story there? There's a story there.
I wouldn't join.
That's a badge of honor.
Yeah, I know. It'd be like I'd be like going, look, I got kicked out. Yeah.
Okay, James Ono. When Telegram Sam came up that one time was highly disturbing. Yeah, didn't we get Telegram Sam on the show for a couple of episodes?
Oh, Telegram Sam.
Well, then she thought she was ready to fly solo, and obviously she wasn't. So
I don't know what the full thing was.
And what about the
She got a lot of. She got harassed a lot.
Well, what's that? Joe? What is it like? Florida Joe? What the hell is his name? Sarasota Joe. Oh my God, that was another train wreck.
Yeah. Well, okay, some of our guests, the ones that suffer from alcoholism.
I forgot about Sarasota Joe. God, that guy was annoying. So annoying.
So obviously you're not married. He goes, how can you tell? You got golf clubs.
Yeah, you got golf clubs in your kitchen.
Like one set.
Yeah, I think I go, hey Joe, you batching it there? He goes, yeah. How'd you know? I go, well, you got golf clubs in the kitchen. No woman. Yeah, it wasn't just one set of clubs. It was like 3 clubs in there, 3 bags. He was hilarious. Sarasota Joe sucks. Well, yeah, and he had some really hard takes that were not. There was no grace. Like you want to have a little je ne sais quoi, a little demeanor, a little style.
So hold on a second. Here's another thing. The words that Rachel uses all the time that nobody else uses. Je ne sais quoi is another one that Rachel uses all the time on this show that nobody else uses. That's one of her things. Yeah,
that's a native Indian word.
Je ne sais quoi. It sounds like it. Wow. It's a French thing, right?
Yes.
Study Dog Meltdown was a big one. But Ian Rankin, the Obscurus Meltdown.
That was Dobbs and Waxed, Ian and Waxed. Yeah, so.
Yeah, well, these ones, Rob has a way of getting people to blow up. Like nobody
didn't he even blow up with Richie once too?
Vinyl Richie, you're not a man. You're not a man. Richie just.
That was a big one.
I was uncomfortable with the Ian one. The Ian one made me, and the Dobbs one was kind of uncomfortable too. I was like, "Oh man, this is going dark, man." It's like, man, this is like
but equally dark is when you see Richard Dolan do a rant video. Like he watches Joe Mayo and then tries to do what Joe does, but it comes off as more psychotic.
You only sent me one thing. You gave me one thing.
Yeah, well, he was upset because you had given him a gift of these records or something, but apparently,
no, I gave him one of those lithographs that I gave you of
the incredible Stu Sutcliffe,
and he's like ragging on me. He's like going, and you know what? You only gave me one thing. I'm like going, oh, so if I would have given you more stuff, it would have been,
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I love this. Rach, I am Rob's protege. Rob has actually got himself a protege. Now, Spring Hill Jim is, in full fairness, he's my young protege. I'm working on grooming him. Rach, I'm Rob's protege. He is teaching me the ways. Wax on, wax off. Fluffy,
apparently Fluffy is quite the ladies' man. From what I understand.
Fluffy?
So
what's going on with this?
He was like, he tells you, hey man, we're in Los Angeles. I'm having a conversation with Fluffy, and he said, hey, I was in Sacramento for a while. I was like, recently. I said, really? What were you doing here? He's like, going, I was with a lady friend. Nonchalantly, just like So Fluffy apparently is quite the Casanova.
Here's a guy that I would think would also be an incredible wingman for the program, Stephen Schnee. This conversation, total trip down memory lane. Actually, it's more like a trip down post-traumatic syndrome.
Schnee would overshadow you like nobody. He would eclipse you.
But hold on.
He's got the voice. He's got the knowledge. He's got the connections.
Yeah. He's got one flaw.
CDs.
CDs. That's all he does.
He's a CD guy, so I'd be able to take him out.
But he has written liner notes for LPs.
He's done the work. Yeah, he's done the work.
Amazing.
But but I still say, regardless, I would allow it. I wouldn't mind being overshadowed if I got Schnee. Big name, big talent. I think it would work. So
it's hard to overshadow you. Hey, I got to get going. I have company coming in here, but I'm going to be listening online. I'm going to be cheating and listening online, so watching online.
I got to go.
All right. Happy Easter, Scotty.
Later. All right, guys.
Take care.
Bye, Rachel. Bye, Sue.
I got to
here's Sue. Watch this. Say goodbye, Scott. Okay, there she goes. Okay, Mazzy, you were just sharing with the children.
I got to go hunt for the eggs. So.
Okay, it's Easter egg hunting time for Mazzy.
I hear Rachel likes eggs.
They didn't rise from that.
I do. Do you want to throw an egg commercial based on what Beatles doing there?
See how I did that? See how I threw you a softball? That was easy, right?
That was good. Well, that's why a thing would do.
That's why I would make a good co-host. See, notice how I segued into a money-making egg thing. See, there you go. I know all the cues.
I told you. That's why I suggested yourself. And you're retired now. I mean, it's only 2 days a week. I need you for 2 days a week.
But one stream's at 7 a.m, and you have a bunch of British people on, so.
Well, maybe if you're here, that you would mitigate against.
And I don't dislike the British people, but when you start talking movies, you lose me because I'm not a movie guy. So
you're not at all. You don't like watching the film.
Oh, I do. I mean, I just watched that Project Hail Mary last week. So.
Oh, how was that, by the way?
I thought it was a great movie. I thought it was really. It was. If I can go to a 2.5 hour movie and never look at my watch, it's a good thing. So.
Ladies and gentlemen, like coffee. It's turned out I got a bit of a potty mouth. We're trying to think of changing this one to buy some soap to wash my fucking mouth out. But anyway,
if there was a legitimate link to you eating soap, I would donate in a heartbeat.
Really, you would?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I got a thing to say. Going back to Spring Hill Jim and you taking him under your wing.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
I mean, I think it's nice of you to try to change him, but you got to think that Jim comes from a different era. He comes from the keyboard warrior era, where they don't confront people face to face. It's all done through the internet. It's like you're mixing oil and water. Those people will never understand. Our generation. I include myself of the old school where it was pre-internet.
You realize when Rachel says "bring under their wing," it's like she means that I'll use them to my devices until I'm done with them and cast them aside like everybody else.
Smokes! Holy smokes!
Shots fired!
Holy smokes! That's hurtful. I've got to talk to Michael 45 and tell him what you said.
Tell him I said hi. Tell him I said thanks for the big boost. There you go.
Holy smokes.
Rachel, I gotta go. I need to jump in the shower because I didn't be.
All right. Well, I'm just going to be here in my number 2, my wingman PB. Oh, so that's okay.
I'm the wingman by default.
Hey, Patrick. Tonight is Testament, Overkill, and Destruction.
Ooh. Wow! In San Antonio.
In San Antonio at the Aztec.
You better head out.
Yeah, it's noon, so I'm going to be in the road by 1, so I need to jump in the shower, get ready, and then
We'll drive safely going home. Let's know how it goes.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Rachel.
All right, hey, we love you so.
We'll
Thanks
see
for
you.
all
It looks like I'm the last man standing. I win. There you go.
All right, you are. It's incredible. We got ourselves our call.
It was inevitable. It was inevitable. There you go.
We were meant to be together. So
It was, yes.
1-2 punch in television history.
I don't think YouTube is ready for this. So yeah.
I think they are. So, folks, you can donate. It costs like $1 an egg. Dolan, buy me some eggs. You're rich. Anyway, this is fantastic. This is really for you rich people. There's
the chat. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, the connection was reset. Where'd the chat go?
They're out there. Don't you see them? They're right here.
No,
they're all
weird.
talking.
All right. Well, there it is. I see it now.
Holy smokes. Okay, Jack goes, I think you need some age. Me and Elliot Cruz should rotate.
But Elliot, she won't get a word in edgewise if Elliot's here. So Elliot tends to pontificate a bit.
He does.
I love Elliot. Elliot's a great guy. Elliot stuck up for me, and it was stuck up for me when nobody else would. So
he's a good boy. And we got Richard Dolan coming in with a retort to my funny comment. All right, Richard, I can see your point there. But holy smokes, yeah, it's a big undertaking, to bury this program with shackle somebody, new co-host, young talent, get him. PB Tall, you don't have a lazy eye or anything that might detract from some of the views?
I don't think so.
All right, I hope not. Okay. PB Tell, you need to open up your tube and pop out your YouTube chat with it. So you need to pop your chat.
Thank you for that, Wyoming Dave. I never would have guessed that on my own, ever. But yes.
And our good friend Hurt goes, Patrick, we've been talking to you the whole time.
I think I missed all the quality comments that you people have generated. So my apologies. Yes.
Holy fun. Tossed out like yesterday's Ruth Ann.
There was another co-host that went south. That went south quickly.
It was because of Rob. And here's what.
Now, if you could get Ruth Ann and 4D together, that would be.
There was chemistry. There was some romance there. But Stunty, I blame Stunty. Stunty, I love you, but I know Stunty was speaking evil of Rob to Ruth Ann. Okay, and she poisoned.
That Stunty might be a troublemaker,
Well, he likes to stir it, and I love Stunty, but I just see that could have happened, PP Top.
I think you're right.
As a possibility. So anyway, we always want to make the show entertaining and fun. If we could generate a laugh or two, we call that a win.
See if I can do product placement. Here we go. There we go.
You've got the full package here, the full package. So 1 o'clock today, ladies and gentlemen, I hope I got my time right. It's going to be PB Tall and the Stars on Ice, 2 o'clock Eastern.
No, 2 o'clock Pacific time.
2 Pacific, 5 Eastern. PB Tall is going to have an auction. 2 Pacific.
Yes.
For the love of God. He's got some good stuff.
So there is some good stuff today. There's some good stuff today. Yeah.
Okay, well, speaking of good stuff, we just got an egg delivered. Thank you, Dr. Winston. Buy me a coffee. Thank you. All the way from England. We got some. And he just bought us a bar of soap. Thank you so much. It's required. And it even says bar of soap. So thank you. It was fucking appreciate it.
And there will be yet another copy of Aqualung up for sale. I mean, there was a joke that I had over 8 copies of Aqualung, which I do. But.
Yeah. What do you got spinning on the Atlantic label back there?
Oh, that's Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young. This is the Classic Records reissue.
Oh, very nice.
I got that in L.A. at Permanent Records.
So it's just doing its own spin.
Well, I was listening to it. I just cleaned it, and there was a mark on here. I wanted to see if you could hear it. So.
Star Power Joe goes, Stunty loathes and detests this show, Rachel, as I'm sure you know. That is absolute news to me.
Well, heck, Sue loathes and hates the show too. So I mean,
Yes, correct. That is correct.
I want to do it every week.
I know.
She really does. She that's my thing, right?
You already have a co-host at your house. That's Susie.
I do, but
you don't need me. You can just use her. But the people here, she doesn't jive with sometimes.
Well, she about the same as you probably.
Probably. Yeah.
I think she probably, to the same extent. I think you're very down to earth. What you like is pretty normal. This is good. This is bad.
I just have a hypocrisy problem. I don't like hypocrisy at all. So
no, you never have. It's always bothered you. And to your credit, so it should bother you. But I like Stunty. Make no mistake. It's just Stunty would do shit here that he would never do on his own show. I had a problem with that. Like, fuck, Stunty. You're naked in the shower on my show. Why don't you be naked in the shower in your show? Because, over on there you get...
you promoted HK being naked everywhere.
Yeah, so, but that was what his channel is about, though.
It was like, I have a picture of his dog licking lip cream off freaking HK's chest. So,
yeah, but the difference...
Why can't we go back to those days? Those were great days.
He does that on his own show as Under the Exotic Dancer. You know that. Okay? When one of your buddies becomes an exotic dancer, you just got to roll with it.
This is like the freaky... I don't have a lot of freaky stuff, but this is probably the most out there. The cluster. I have 2 cluster albums today. So.
It's a cluster of an album. You seniors know what he means. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Stunty was naked in the shower. It was all top shots, so there was no schlong per se, not like a Renee special.
Didn't he dive into a lake one time? Did he dive into a lake on camera?
He dove into the Baltic Sea, live on camera, the Baltic Ocean, Sea.
That's when he was looking for mushrooms or something?
He was mushroom. There was also, I love the serendipity, the unplanned nature of the program. I like that aspect of it. From the sublime to the ridiculous. We cover people with their music, real artists, and we got.
Although the camera you're using is rather pretentious, I hear.
It is. Yeah. What do you think of that? But it's nice, right? With the bouquet, like if I was an actual serious channel with this kind of backdrop.
You'd be all You're in like what's that green guy? Whatever that guy, the guy that did the vinyl tag controversy.
I'm at that Love Pretty Green vinyl guy.
He had a great, Edmund. So you're camera wise, you're right there.
Yeah. David Donnelly, we love you. Thank you so much for that. And Patrick, I'm a big fan. You're the best. You're a good guy. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not subscribed,
I need to leave. I got to go get ready for the auction. So
yeah, and
I appreciate being under consideration for the esteemed job of Rachel's co-host. So
well, your father, you got big shoes to follow, and Rob's size 12.
Yeah, well, I think I could handle that, but so.
Yeah, I know. All right, well, we'll see how it goes. It was a great fun show. Remember, don't play Toho or Dashai. The Japanese stuff, they'll block you. They will block you. Take care, everybody. We love you.
Bye.
We'll see you Tuesday. Bye for now.